I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to Newburgh. Prowlers and Venom just minutes away from puck drop. You may notice you're not looking at center ice right now. Unfortunately, there has been a technical difficulty, so at the current moment, we do not have video of the game. We have everything else, but we are working on it, and hopefully we can get before puck drop, and I will keep you updated on whether or not it works. So stick around until I give the word that it won't be working tonight, but I will be on. I'll at the very least be doing the call. We have all of our graphics, all of our intermission content. Everything else is all set to go. It's literally just the camera on the ice. But before we get to that, and again, hopefully we can get it all set for you by the time the puck does drop here at Ice Time Sports Complex. Let's get you set for this game, and we start by taking a look at the last games for these two teams, starting with the Venom, as they were shut out by the Binghamton Black Bears last Saturday 5-0, and that was the back end of a sweep for the Black Bears, who won the first game 9-6. So they were able to take all 6 points from the Hudson Valley Venom last weekend in the home and home. And for the Venom, their offense certainly suffered with Dustin Jasso suspended. He is back tonight. He had 5 points in that first game. We'll talk a little bit more about him in just a few moments. But you see the numbers there on the screen, 90 penalty minutes for the Hudson Valley Venom in that second game, the 5-0 loss. And they were undisciplined. 3 of their players were suspended. They'll actually be forced to play 2 players short in this game due to the suspensions, and it was an ugly one. Prowlers hoping that they don't see too much ugliness in this game here tonight, certainly, but their last game was certainly not ugly. It was a lot of fun at McMorran Place as they took a 3-2 shootout decision over the Carolina Thunderbirds, as Austin Federley scored twice in the shootout, including the winner to walk it off. Those were the first points of the season for the Port Huron Prowlers as they got on the board again at home to salvage a split in that 2-game series against the Carolina Thunderbirds. As we take a look at the standings for the Empire Division, Black Bears still sitting on top. Venom have no points yet in the standings. So they're one of 2 teams, including the Dashers, who have not gotten a point this season. So we'll see if the Hudson Valley Venom are able to get themselves on the board. Prowlers hoping tonight is not that night. They're looking to get all 3 points, this evening. Well, we talked about Dustin Jasso just a few moments ago. 5 points, 24 penalty minutes in that one game so far this season. He was suspended on Saturday, and the Hudson Valley Venom certainly missed him. One of the most talented players in this league, but he's a guy who, if he's not on the ice, he's certainly missed, and if he is on the ice, he affects the game, but again, he spends a lot of time not on the ice. So Prowlers hoping that they can contain him, and maybe he'll do something that takes him out of the game entirely. A couple of new faces for the Prowlers in tonight's game. Ben Brockway, one of them. He is a big 6'3" left-handed defenseman. He was in camp with the Macon Mayhem of the SPHL, activated this week after being cut by the Mayhem literally the day before their first game. So kind of short notice for him. He wasn't able to get into games last weekend, so he'll make his pro debut tonight as part of the Prowlers lineup. But I spoke to Prowlers head coach Matt Graham earlier today after morning skate. Here's what he had to say. That was Prowlers head coach Matt Graham earlier this morning after morning skate. You heard him talking about those 2 suspensions for the Venom, trying to take advantage of that because Prowlers would certainly like to overwhelm this Venom squad, who will be playing shorthanded here tonight. As we take a look at the Prowlers lineup for this game, you see top line will be Tucker Scantleberry and Daniel Chartrand flanking Jonas Leas. And then Graham will be playing alongside Austin Federley. And the other new face tonight, Lucas Lockney, a 24-year-old from Slovakia who has split the last 4 years between Slovakia's top 2 leagues. So he'll get an opportunity with Graham and Federley to try and complete that line. And then you have Isaiah Paris, Luke James, and Gavin Fleck, with Michael Houlihan also rotating into that group. Meanwhile, on the back end, Brockway will play with Ludwig Thelstrom. Again, Brockway in his pro debut. Alex Johnson and Brett Lockhart will be the second defense pair. And Adam Heinzel, Brian Parsons, the third pairing tonight. Makar Sokolov is between the pipes for the Port Huron Prowlers. Prowlers are taking the ice right now, and again, I am still working to see if I can get the camera here, and I will certainly let you know if at any point we can get the camera to work, and we will see. Everything should be fine for tomorrow's game in Binghamton. We'll get it all figured out by then, but for right now, the camera, I'm unable to pull it up. It's not a problem with the Hudson Valley Venom's cameras. It is a problem with my equipment that I've not been successful in solving so far tonight. And I really hope I'll be working on it, and we'll see if we can get something going here before puck drop. But Prowlers are out on the ice. We're waiting for the Venom. As the Venom still getting set to hit the ice. I'm trying to work on this for us right now. We will try to figure things out. But again, you will have audio. You will have audio from me all night long. Again, all of our graphics, intermission content is all set to go as they are announcing the starting lineups. And let's give you the Prowlers starting lineup presented by Orthopedic Associates. Up front, it's going to be Luke James, Michael Houlihan, and Isaiah Paris. On the front fence, Adam Heinzel and Brian Parsons. And in between the pipes, Makar Sokolov tonight for Port Huron. As we get set for puck drop between the Prowlers and the Venom. So they are announcing the Venom starting lineups. We will take you down to ice level.
And now, the starting lineup for the Venom is goalie John Moriarty, number 1. Forward, number 22, Dustin Jassot. Forward, number 74, Quinn Chiller. Forward, number 91, Amanta Storica. Defender, number 13, Alexander Darusik. And defender, number 77, Rasmus Asp. And they are led by head coach Josh Newberg, assisted by Markel Platt. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by Prospector.
That is tonight's national anthem from the Ice Time Sports Complex. Unfortunately, I've just figured out that I will not be able to do the camera here tonight. I so largely apologize to everybody. It is completely my fault. It has nothing to do with the Venoms people. It is completely my fault. I don't have the right equipment with me. So I will have it figured out by Binghamton tomorrow, but if you'd like to stick around, I will be doing a radio broadcast for tonight's game. So, again, I so apologize for all these technical difficulties, and hopefully we'll be able to figure things out better for the Prowlers' next road trip. Prowlers wearing their white uniforms, white road uniforms for the first time this season. Venom in their red home jerseys. Luke James gets set to draw with his number 22 opposite, Dustin Jassot. And we are underway here from Ice Time Sports Complex. Thanks so much for tuning in for what is essentially a radio broadcast tonight here on the PHP Network. And it's held behind the Venom net by Rasmus Asp, number 77. Long lead pass looking for Jassot, blocked back by Brian Parsons. Michael Houlihan puts it back into Venom territory. And Alexander Jurosik wraps it around the boards. Played for Portage College last season. He's making his pro debut tonight. 57 penalty minutes in 9 games for him. Parsons in the near side corner in Prowler territory. Prowlers going right to left on your radio dial, and the Venom left to right as Adam Heinzel retreats behind his own net down to our right, and both teams make some changes. 19:10 to go in period 1. Heinzel harassed by Brett Parker, who causes a turnover. Centering feed, quick shot, blocked by Lockney, who got down to a knee to get in front of the shot by Josh Newberg, the player head coach for the Hudson Valley Venom. Austin Federley works his way into offensive territory. He and Newberg come together in the far side corner. On the left wing side, it's Parker lofting it out. Bounces down to Prowler ice. First one on it is Thelstrom. Comes over to the near side to Ben Brockway, the other new player for the Prowlers, number 13 in white. He was the first signing of the offseason for Port Huron, but spent training camp in the SPHL, and now making his pro debut. Brockway behind his own net. Steps out to his left to Scantleberry on the left wing side, and now Thelstrom on the right. Thelstrom gets the red line to Chartrand at the Hudson Valley blue. He spins away from a check, and now the puck up along the right half wall in Hudson Valley territory. And the Venom work it out. It's Parker lofting it far side to near. Picking up on the other side and getting a good shot on net was Davide Gaeta, the former Prowler. As the loft pass from Parker landed in Prowler territory, Gaeta put his shoulder down, got to the net, and Makar Sokolov had to make his first save of the night with a little bit of difficulty. Face-off to Sokolov's left, and it's won back by Hudson Valley's Blake Sewardson. Sewardson and Jonas Leas come together in the far side corner, and now on the right wing, it's Chartrand bouncing it out of the zone to Scantleberry at the red line. He curls back, waits for help off the bench. Now Scantleberry revs the engine, makes a pass off, gets it back. Scantleberry, a shot just ripped it wide on the short side. That was from the right wing circle. Near side corner, Scantleberry with 2 Venom around him. Asp takes the puck. He moves it up the wall toward Danila Belov, number 16. Gaeta with a steal from Luke James. He gets into the slot, but just slipped a shot wide along the ice. Sent back out in front. Sokolov makes a save, bouncing around in the slot, and then it's deflected to the corner. Alex Johnson trying to keep away from Gaeta in the far side corner, and now Lockhart on the near side. As a player breaking it was Gavin Fleck, missed him with the pass. That one goes all the way down for an icing against the Prowlers just over 3 minutes into period 1. So the faceoff will come all the way back down into Prowler territory. And it will be to Sokolov's right. Top line out there for Hudson Valley, led by Dustin Jessot. 3 goals, 2 assists, 24 penalty minutes, and a 1-game suspension in his only game so far this season. Jessot has it behind the net, gets away from Lockhart, turnaround shot, just missed it on the far side post. Down the far side boards, it's Norika, the Lithuanian. Now a shot from the outside from over there from Quinn Shevers. Number 74 was gloved by Sokolov. He hangs on for a whistle and a faceoff. And Montes Norika playing on that top line with Jessot and Shevers. Has played for the Lithuanian national team at various levels. World Juniors, World Championships, not the top division, of course, the lower down divisions, but still representing his country. On the far side boards, Jessot has Shevers going to the net, gives it to him. Shevers forced around behind the cage by Parsons. Now to the line, DDD pass near side to far, an Asp shot ramps off a stick and out of play. So the faceoff will stay in Prowler territory. There's 16-16 up on the clock in period number 1. If you're just joining us, we apologize. I don't have the right equipment here with me tonight. Will be fixed by tomorrow in Binghamton. but we do not have a camera. Everything else, though, is working fine. Wrist shot from the point, from the near side point, blocked by Lockney and sent back out of the zone. Norica first on it for Hudson Valley, watched by Austin Federley as he works his way up the left wing boards. Chipped it around Thelstrom. Matt Graham comes back for it. Off the far side boards, Ludwig Thelstrom now up to Federley. Looking for Lockney. That goes off a stick and flies over the glass out of play. So in the early goings, shots on goal right now are 2-0 in favor of the Venom. Faceoff will be at center ice between the two player head coaches, Matt Graham and Josh Newberg. Faceoff comes back to Brockway, who pulls it to the right side, backhanded it all the way around. Stopped by the goaltender Moriarty behind the net. Lockney almost got in front of that pass, but instead the Venom break out. Newberg fights his way up the left wing side, tried to dump it in, hit a Prowler. Two Prowlers run into each other, Graham and Brockway. Federley able to get to the puck, move it along the wall, over to the near side. Lockney turned it over, Parker couldn't get it to the net, and Thelstrom settles things down behind his own cage. Outlet pass to Federley, 2-on-3, so he gets to the red line and dumps it in. Port Huron makes a change. Mateo de Blasio steps out to his left from behind his own cage. He works out. De Blasio to the red line. Chips it in behind the net. Heinzel swipes at it. Bouncing puck, able to be sent out of the zone by the Prowlers. Asp trying to turn it up the near side wall. And now it's Fleck from center, gets it all the way in. Asp behind his own net, took a hit from Luke James. Tried to go up the near side boards. Isaiah Paris in there causing havoc as well. Sewardson stops up and hangs out behind his own cage. As Port Huron gets a couple of fresh bodies on the ice. Here's Jerusek. And he sends it back to Sewardson. Prowlers not letting the Venom get out of their own end right now, as both teams make changes one at a time. Quick pass up the right wing side, cutting across the middle of the ice, and upended by Scantleberry. That was Bilov. Battled for between the benches over on the far side, and sent over to the near side. Asp, he sends Gaeta on his way up the right wing. Gaeta puts on the brakes to the trailer all the way across the blue line to de Blasio. Lockhart cut it off in the far side corner, and now Jonas Leas is out. On to Scantleberry. One-on-one as he hits the line. Tried to chip it around Connor Craig, number 71. Venom take over behind his own net. It's de Blasio. He's locked up there by Daniel Chartrand. Scantleberry pulls it out of the corner. Now drops it for Chartrand. And puts it behind the net for Matt Graham. Tried to feed it back towards Chartrand. That didn't work. Chartrand with a steal below the goal line. Centering pass for Graham knocked away. De Blasio trying to control. Venom get it out. And now it's one-on-one. And dangling his way in. Belov scores! Danila Belov able to fight off some checks. And in the one-on-one, he opens the scoring tonight. And that is Belov's first goal in the Fed. The lead pass came to Belov at the Prowler blue line. He did a spin move on the Prowler's defender, and he opens the scoring here tonight in front of a crowd of maybe 100 here at the Ice Time Sports Complex. Michael Houlihan sends it in. Prowlers have led at no point yet this season. They play from behind again. Lucas Lockney takes it from behind the Venom net. Gives it out to the top. Brockway, D-to-D pass to Thelstrom along the blue line. Got it back deep. Asp in the far side corner. Almost gave it away to Federley, but comes out to center. Thelstrom retreats to his own end and gives up to Federley. Dangles through a few Venom players. Brockway rips it around. Comes over to the far side. Shevers in his own corner on the left wing. Has to move it past a couple of forechecking Prowlers. Parsons keeps it in at right point. Leas On it in the corner. Parsons gloves it down right point again. His wrist shot, kick save, the rebound, batted around, and it pops back out into the slot as John Moriarty made a big save. Battled for on the red line, near side half wall, and then sent back around. Moriarty takes it. 8 minutes gone in period 1. Both teams making changes as the Venom look to move up. Jasso lost it in his skates, got it back for Prowlers back to defend him, and he hands it off to Norica. Brian Parsons trying to kick it along on the far side wall. Leas able to get to Chartrand, has Scantleberry with him, floats it there. Scantleberry with a shot, saved by Moriarty, the rebound. He has that as he juggles and holds for a whistle and a face-off. 11.5 to go in period 1. Danila Belov has the only goal so far, and the Venom with the lead. You're listening to Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities, it's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Back here at Ice Time Sports Complex, 1-0 Venom in the early going. Will Wiggleman here with a radio broadcast for you on the PHP Network. Again, I do not have the right equipment with me. Tap into the cameras here. I will fix this issue by the time we go to Binghamton, but again, this is blame me for not having a video feed tonight, as this face-off will be to John Moriarty's left, deep in Hudson Valley territory. Again, Prowlers moving right to left on your radio dial. Face-off won by the Venom. Trying to move it along with Jurasek. He does, but takes a big hit along the boards. Prowlers keeping it alive. Lockney pulls it out of the pile. Centering feed, Graham! He pushed it past the net from dead center in front of the ice. But a power play is coming up for the Prowlers, so they'll go to the man advantage, looking to tie the score. Their first power play of the night. Looked like a slash was the signal. It is. We'll see who they bring over to the penalty box. And it is Josh Newberg heading to the box. So the Prowlers power play sitting right now at 7.7%, 10th in the FPHL. They have one power play goal. They send out of the unit of Graham, Lockney, Scantleberry, Johnson, and Federley. Here's Tucker Scantleberry walking to the middle of the ice, gives to Federley on the near side half wall. Federley walks down the wall towards Matt Graham, now back up top to the blue line. He cycles it down to Graham. He's on the half wall. Lockney in the center of the ice, up at the blue line. Now he gives to Federley at center point. Over to Johnson in the right wing circle, whips it across to Lockney in the left wing circle. Federley at the blue line. Rister through traffic, he scores! Austin Federley with bodies in front to Seeing Eye Rister. The power play goal ties the game. Federley walked the blue line, had a player go down to a knee to try and block the shot in front of him, but instead he was able to get it past there and pick the top corner over Moriarty's blocker's side. And the power play goal for the Prowlers ties the game up at 1. It's Federley's first goal of the season during regular play, although he is credited with the goal as the one who scored the shootout winning goal in the Prowlers' last game, because that's how the stats work in the FPHL. Play is resuming as it's battled for in the near side corner in Prowler territory. Shivers Try to move it around to Noreka. Taken away by Luke James. Skitters over to the far side corner where Thelstrom tries to send it out. He does. Near side wall at center ice. Scooped up by Luke James. He's into offensive territory. James to the net. And that stuff attempt stopped by Moriarty up against his post. It's sauced out to center. Thelstrom has it there. And now Ludwig Thelstrom moving it to the near side to Ben Brockway. Up to Matt Graham. He works his way in. Graham spinning. Took a hit in the corner. And now the Venom try to work their way out. They get to center, but that was Isaiah Paris who came back to make a hit. Puck is behind the Prowler net, and Alex Johnson has it. Long lead pass. Graham taps it back to Lockhart, then up to Federley at the Hudson Valley blue line. Federley in the corner. Now Graham out high to Johnson. Back to Graham. Lockhart at center point. Sends it down to the far side corner where Lockney scoops it up. Lockhart again at right point now. Tried to set it towards the net, partially blocked. Graham scoops it up in the high slot, and it's taken away. And now the Venom have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Floated across to the near side. Good play by Alex Johnson to knock it away from Belov. Parker and Lockhart tie up behind the net. Johnson comes in for the puck. That's the Prowler net as Lockney has it. But Austin Federley is going to the penalty box as Blake Sewardson was upended away from the play. Slashing is the signal. And we'll have a Venom power play when we come back. You're watching or listening to Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not...
Not a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Austin Fairley in the box, 2 minutes for slashing. He is a goal and a penalty now. And the Venom trying to take the lead, their first power play of the game. And it starts off to Sokolov's left. Backing up to the point and then dumping it around. That was Connor Craig. It's played up the far side wall. Walking to center point and passing it off was Newberg. Now Noreka to center point to Craig. Gaeta in the near side corner. Back up top, Craig. Noreka on the far side, harassed by Adam Heinzel. Newberg tried a seam pass across the slot. That was blocked away by a stick, but recovered by Gaeta. He gets to the net, and his shot is blocked away by Ben Brockway. Noreka in the high slot, centering pass in front. Newberg took a swipe at it, but was stuck up in a group of Prowler skates and cleared down ice. 45 seconds gone in the penalty to Austin Federley, and an icing now called against the Venom. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Prowlers on this penalty kill. Lucas Lockney and Alex Johnson picking up the assist on the power play goal by Austin Federley. So first assist of the year for Johnson, who has a goal already, and then Lockney with his first point as a Prowler. He's taking the face-off to John Moriarty's right. Lockney able to win it back, tried to get it himself to push it all the way to the point, but couldn't do so. And ripping up the right wing side and getting to the net is Gaeta, and he's stopped by Sokolov. Lockhart settles things down below the goal line and fires it all the way down. That would have been a highlight reel goal by Gaeta as he dragged it through his own legs to get himself to the net. 2 shots being credited to the Venom on this power play that has 45 seconds left in it. As just so, makes a little head fake and works up the right wing side. Now cuts to the middle of the ice, enters Prowler ice, but it's blocked by Parsons, his shot. And now a shot from the high slot was fanned on. Here comes Lockney with Scantleberry going to net. Lockney in the right wing circle, drops to Scantleberry. His shot was blocked on the way through by Jirasek. And Brett Parker reverses behind his own cage. Scantleberry in deep, steals the puck, and had nobody in front. He was taken down, though, and hooking is the call. That will negate the final 14 seconds of the power play for the Hudson Valley Venom, and then the Prowlers will go to their second man advantage of the night. As Tucker Scantleberry wreaking havoc below the goal line for Hudson Valley. Alexander Jurasek is the guilty party. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 14 seconds, and then it will be a Prowlers man advantage. As off the faceoff, it's taken by de Blasio. And now Asp tries to reverse back around. Noreko gave it away. Matt Graham drops for Lockhart. He walks. Penalty is over to Federley, so it's a Prowlers power play. It's taken by the Venom in the corner and sent out of the zone. Federley cut it off at the red line. Lockhart gives it over left wing side. Johnson enters Venom territory. Back to Matt Graham. In the corner. Out high. Federley. Wrister knocked down. May have hit the crossbar. And it's poked off of Alex Johnson's stick out of the zone. He races down the right wing to get back to it. Now on the left wing side, it's Federley rimming it all the way around. Lockhart couldn't keep it in. Noreko bats it at center. Graham picks up the puck on the left wing side. And back to Austin Federley, who settles things down in his own high slot in defensive territory. A minute left on the Prowlers man advantage. Their second of the night. Scantleberry up the left wing. His shot from the outside, shouldered away by Moriarty. Kept in at left point by Federley, who settles the puck down. Federley gets it back. Again, still at left point. D-to-D pass. Down low it goes to Johnson. Federley at center point now. Walks to the right wing wall. Plays it off the boards all the way down. Scantleberry reverse pass in front, looking for Sharktran. That didn't work. And now Thelstrom, fresh off the bench at right point, picks up that puck. Now Johnson walks to the circle. Down low feed, looking for Lockhart on the back door. They couldn't connect as it was blocked away. Venom still can't clear, though. Thelstrom keeping it on the left wing side. He's down in the left wing corner. And now over to Lockhart at the top. One-timer by Scantleberry. He didn't get all of that from the right circle. Makar Sokolov tapping his stick as the penalty has expired. So the Prowler power play now drops to 1 for 2 as we're back to 5-on-5. Parker flying in, had the puck taken by Thelstrom. And Gavin Fleck pokes it along, but he couldn't reel in the pass cleanly. Puck played below the goal line by Craig. Near side corner, kept alive, and the shot from the half wall off the stick of Moriarty. Paris all the way around the net to Heinzel at right point. Down to Isaiah Paris at the top of the circle. Wrister shot it just wide. And now Fleck to the center point. Heinzel loads up a Wrister that's steered away by Moriarty. Play now at the red line. Heinzel takes the loose puck at the Prowler blue. Brockway in his own end, just plays it off the glass. Gaeta turns into offensive territory. Drop pass, and the kick saved by Sokolov on the opportunity there. Gaeta turning in the corner. And Gaeta taken down on a hit by Heinzel. Prowlers come out 2-on-2 as they hit the line. Gavin Fleck now all by himself. 3 Venom back. Fleck chasing after the puck in the near side corner. Just keeps it down deep. Scantleberry cuts off a clearing attempt. And now Johnson at the point. Walks the blue line. Over to the right wing circle. A shot by Leas off a stick and drops in the near side corner. Venom can't work it out. Another turnover. Leas a shot. Stopped by Moriarty. Rebound still there. Scantleberry was tangled up with a Venom player in front. That was Eric McDermott, number 7. Venom have iced the puck. So we got a whistle and a face-off. Of course, Eric McDermott was in the training camp with the Prowlers, did not play in the preseason game, and did not make the team. we'll take our final timeout of the period, 1-1. You're watching or listening to Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
.323 to go in the opening period here at Ice Time Sports Complex. Prowlers and Venom tied up at 1 goal apiece. Face off to Moriarty's right, and it's Lockney taking it behind the net out towards Lockhart, who is sneaking in from right point, but he swung and missed. And now out with speed is Davide Gaeta in the middle. Noreka couldn't get that one to go as Sokolov came up with the save. Bounced around to the behind the net. It's Lockney now behind the cage again, this time Lockhart. Gives it back to Lockney up the left wing side. Prowlers break out. Lockney at the Hudson Valley blue line, but Matt Graham just half a stride offside. So that will draw the whistle and the face-off. Well, Davide Gaeta draws plenty of attention when he enters offensive territory. He made a pass over to Noreka, who may have waited just a bit too long to take that shot, allowing the Prowlers to get back and tie up his stick so he couldn't get a good one off, and Makar Sokolov still did have to make a save, but he couldn't get a clean shot off. As this face-off just outside of Venom territory, won by the Prowlers, and the dump-in glove by Moriarty, and the face-off will move just a little bit further down ice. We're actually up in the corner next to Makar Sokolov. That's where I'm standing to broadcast. So this play down on the far side to Moriarty's right, near side face-off circle. Jonas Lias has been ejected from the draw, and Scantleberry will take it instead. Bounced around behind the net. Jurasek takes it there. Now a scrum in the near side corner. Chartrand and Lias in there digging away. So is just so. Heinzel at the left point. Lias, left point now, sends it down deep. That was cut off. Played off the glass. Lias able to keep it alive. Lias down the slot. Backhander! Just pushed it wide. Now the Venom try and work it out. Cross ice feed was behind Shevers. Chartrand plays it back in. And now just so. Up the near side. Tried to make a pass to Brett Parker at the Prowler blue line. He catches up to it in the far side corner. Took a hit, and Luke James took the puck. Adam Heinzel with plenty of skating room. Over the Venom blue line, Heinzel to James, centering feed, but nobody home. Long lead pass, looking for Parker. That was cut off, and now Parker has it again. Parker tried to turn it to the middle of the ice. He's dumped by Ben Brockway. Now at the left wing side, it's Paris. Has a man heading to the net. Paris in the corner, lost the handle. Wrapped around far side. Fellstrom pinches in from his defensive position to keep it alive. Now sent out. Brockway back in his own end. Had his stick lifted, but he keeps moving with the puck. James touches it in. Prowlers finish up a change. So we approach the final minute of play here in period number 1. 1-1 our score. Sent into Prowler territory behind their net. Lockhart keeps it moving, and now Graham works out. Looking towards Paris in the middle of the ice. He touches it in. Puck lands below the goal line on the near side. Paris bounces it up to Alex Johnson at left point. D to Lockhart. Wrist shot was blocked on the way through by traffic. Federley jumps away from a hit below the goal line. And now it's moved out of the zone by Sewardson. Makes a move at the red line. Tried to fire it in. Blocked down by the Prowlers though. And Federley goes across to Lockney. He stops up. Lochte to the slot looking for Matt Graham, but they couldn't connect on the backdoor play. Lockhart, little toe drag, nice move, but he couldn't keep the handle. Johnson just does keep it alive at right point with 15 seconds to go. Now Lochte in front, and the Prowlers couldn't connect that pass either. Venom dump it right in on Sokolov, and the horn will sound after 20 minutes here at Newburgh. Here in Newburgh, it is 1-1 between the Prowlers and the Venom. Shots on goal in that period favoring Port Huron 9-7. They get a power play goal from Austin Federley, while the Venom get an even strength goal from Danila Belov. And again, we are tied up at 1 goal apiece after 20 minutes of play. Now, coming up on the Moses Roses Smoke Break, we'll go around the Empire, all the highlights from last week in the Empire Division. We'll also take a look at some storylines from around the FPHL this week. It is all coming up on the Moses Roses Smoke Break first intermission report. And it's all right here on the audio-only PHP network, although again, all of our commercials and graphics and things are working, so you will be able to see around the Empire. So be sure to stick around for that as the Prowlers and Venom head to the locker room for the first intermission. Well, the Prowlers are celebrating 10 seasons in Port Huron, and now it's your chance to get limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the store. Come find us at every home game on the west end of McMorran Arena or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your POHO best with gear from the Prowlers team store. 1-1 our score through 20 minutes of play here in Newburgh. We'll be right back with Around the Empire here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back to Ice Time Sports Complex in Newburgh, New York. 1-1 between the Prowlers and the Venom at the first intermission. Will Wiggleman back with you on the PHP Network audio-only vehicle here tonight from Hudson Valley. Before we continue talking about tonight's game, let's look around the league. We start with some storylines from around the FPHL. Mississippi Seawolves have added to their goaltending room with acquiring Trevor Roy, who played in the USPHL Premier for the last 2 seasons. The rookie traded from Columbus to Mississippi earlier this week. Trevor Babin activated by the Motor City Rockers. Lots of talk about him going to the ECHL or the SPHL, where he spent time last season, but he ends up right back in Fraser just a couple weeks into the season. He is the backbone of that Rockers team, and he'll try to steal some wins for them this year. Prowlers see the Rockers next week. Meanwhile, Declan Conway, a former Rocker, has been claimed off of waivers by the Monroe Moccasins. Originally said he was claimed by the Rockers, but it was then changed to Monroe. So they'll try and sign Conway and keep him down south. He was with Baton Rouge. 3 goals, 5 points in 3 games so far this season. Well, the Rockers are playing in Watertown tonight, and Trevor Babin is the starting netminder for Motor City. They just dropped the puck on the opening period. It's Babin and Anton Borodkin, the netminders tonight for the Wolves and Rockers. Meanwhile, the Binghamton Black Bears and Danbury Hat Tricks are playing down in Danbury. They are the next opponents for each of the 2 teams that we have out on the ice here tonight, as the Prowlers will visit Binghamton tomorrow, and the Venom will go to Danbury, or will face Danbury. That one 1-1 early going in the first. Chase Harwell has the goal for the Hat Tricks, and Jamie Bussell the goal for Binghamton. The Dashers Hockey Club will have their home opener as they host the Athens Rock Lobsters. That one coming up at 8:05 p.m. Moving over to the other 2 games, just dropping the puck at Hitachi Energy Center, the Carolina Thunderbirds and Blue Ridge Bobcats renewing their rivalry. No score yet. Early goings of the opening period. The Mississippi Seawolves and Baton Rouge Zydeco face each other once again. 8:05 p.m. puck drop in that one from Baton Rouge. And of course here it is 1-1 between the Prowlers and the Venom. As we take a look at the game total so far, 9-8 were the shots in that opening period. Both teams had some chances, but the goaltenders were relatively strong. Prowlers getting their goal by way of the power play. They were 1 for 2 on the man advantage in that opening period, and their penalty kill 1 for 1 as well. So they are winning the special teams battle, and we'll see if they can start to turn that into taking the lead in this game. Again, the Prowlers have never led at any point this season. Their only victory was a come-from-behind shootout win over the Carolina Thunderbirds, but at no point in that game did the Prowlers lead. So they will try to take their first lead of the season here in game number 3. Second period is just a couple of minutes away on our audio-only broadcast on the PHP network here tonight as the Prowlers and Venom face off. First time ever between the Prowlers and the Venom as they are currently constructed. Of course, they are the relocated Elmira River Sharks. The Prowlers did very well against the River Sharks last season, taking 5 of their 6 matchups between the two teams, including both of the ones in Elmira on the road. But this is technically a new team as they both, as the Venom, were bought and moved here to Hudson Valley to become what they are today. Prowlers' first game of their first road trip of the season, a 2-game road trip. They'll go to Binghamton tomorrow as we get set for period number 2. And we have our PHP Network trivia question for you. And it is about that road trip. Prowlers visiting the Venom and the Black Bears this weekend. We want to know when the last time they faced 2 different teams on back-to-back nights on the road was. Again, 2 road games, back-to-back nights, 2 different opponents. We want to know last time the Prowlers did that. It has been a few years. So put your guess in the comment section, and we will give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period number 3 as both teams are getting set to take the ice in just a few moments. This is the first game of the slate tonight in the FPHL. All of the other games starting at 7:30 or 8 p.m. tonight. So the Venom taking the ice. John Moriarty sliding into the goal crease to our right, or actually right in front of me, where the broadcast booth is set up here in Newburgh. He stopped 8 of the Prowlers' 9 shots in that opening 20 minutes. Prowlers scheduled to take the ice here in just moments, right down here below me. And they are let out now by Makar Sokolov, who made 7 saves on 8 Venom shots. Both Moriarty and Sokolov searching for their first victories of the 2024-25 season. Both are 0-1 coming into this one. Moriarty, 5 goals against and a .900 save percentage in his one start. Sokolov, 4 goals against, .886 save percentage from his one start. Venom now moving right to left. Prowlers left to right as you imagine the game in your head. Port Huron sending out the line of Jonas Leas, Tucker Scantleberry, and Daniel Chartrand to oppose Justin Jassot's line as we get set to begin period number 2. And we're underway from ice time, 1-1 our score. As the Prowlers take control in their own end, it's Alex Johnson in the left wing face-off circle, firing up to Tucker Scantleberry at the red line. Cross-corner dump, ends up in the near side corner. Leas cuts off the bounce attempt off the boards. Gaeta able to push it out of the zone, though, and now Leas blown up at center by Rasmus Asp. Here comes Gaeta, stops up at the top of the circle, hands it off to Jassot, who did not have a point in that opening period. He gives it to center point. That wrister blocked by Chartrand and caroms to the far side boards. Lockhart able to push it along, keeping it alive where the Venom shot comes towards the net, ends up in the near side corner where Jassot put it on goal from the goal line, and Makar Sokolov was ready. This time Jassot's shot is gloved and held by the Prowlers netminder. Shot taken from just about the left wing face-off dot. So faceoff will come to Sokolov's right. Josh Newberg and Matt Graham, again, the two player coaches for these teams, in to take the draw. As one to the boards. Venom get it back to the point. Shot by Craig. Just missed over on the far side. And that's where Lockney scoops it up off the boards. He sends Graham on his way. And now Thelstrom leads the rush on the right wing side. Pushes past his man. Thelstrom back to Austin Federley, who's at the blue line. Back down low to Thelstrom. Turns the corner at the top of the circle. And now back to Federley again. Rister through traffic is held on to by Moriarty. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off as Austin Federley playing a little defense with Ludwig Thelstrom jumping up into the play. Both teams keeping out the same lines here. Graham and Newberg set for another face-off. This time it's tied up and one back by Newberg. De Blasio tried to move it up the far side boards. And now Graham takes it, but his pass out was stolen away. Out come the Venom. Saucer passes in, and Sokolov grabs it with the glove ahead of Brett Parker and gets a whistle and a face-off. And both teams will make some changes now. Early going second period. One shot apiece for either team. As face-off to Sokolov's right. Comes back to the blue line, and the long-range wrister by Jurasek right along the wall. Gloved and held by Sokolov with little issue. So face-off again to Sokolov's right. Puck on the near side board, set right in front, and it ends up on the far side. That one went right across the crease. Venom have it on the far side wall. Prowlers steal it away. It's Luke James moving through center into offensive territory. Gives it to Paris. His shot fought off by Moriarty. Fleck back towards the net. James batting away at it. And it's rescued from the crease by Sewardson. Lead pass up to Shevers. But the whistle blows. And it looks like something going on behind the play. Both Luke James and Rasmus Asp are heading to the penalty boxes. So we may get some 4-on-4 action here. They were jawing behind the play. But the Prowlers came in on that rush, and it was sent towards the net by Fleck. After Moriarty made the first save on Paris, Fleck sent it to the net from the corner. A little bit of chaos. James was in there battling away with Asp, and looked like they weren't done with each other after that play left the zone. So they'll put both up there on the board, so we will get 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and the faceoff will start down to Makar Sokolov's right, deep in Prowler territory. Port Huron has Chartrand, Scantleberry, Johnson, and Lockhart, while Hudson Valley will counter with Noreka, De Blasio, Craig, and Gesso. And it looks like a false drop of the puck. And Daniel Chartrand is kicked out of it, out of the draw. So here comes Tucker Scantleberry to take it against Noreka. Comes to the boards. Johnson and Gesso lock up, former teammates with the Brewster Bulldogs all the way back in 2015-16. Prowlers just moved the puck out, and it's taken by Scantleberry over the left wing side into Venom territory, but his shot from the corner rose too tall, and it caroms all the way out to Gesso. He's tripped up by Chartrand, and that's going to be a penalty. Tripping is the call, and it's a 4-on-3 power play coming up for the Hudson Valley Venom. Less than 3 minutes into period number 2. And while the main clock was ticking, the 2 penalty clocks for James and Asp were not. So they'll have to adjust that. We'll see if hopefully off of this face-off they'll be able to get the clocks working. But a true balance penalty kill coming up for the Port Huron Prowlers here. As now referees are over at the scorer's table trying to figure everything out. Referees tonight are William Lyons and Chris Montalvo. The linesmen Andrew Sullivan and Aaron Alexin. And Austin Federley and Brett Parker over there having a chat with one of the referees as they try and reset the clocks. They've actually taken Asp and James's penalties down. So we'll see what happens here. Since you can't see what's going on here at Icetime Sports Complex, it is a very small arena. To even call it an arena would actually be an insult to the word arena. It's more of a local community rink, comparable to Glacier Point, which is nearby to Port Huron. And the benches are over on the far side. Penalty boxes are right next to the benches instead of all the way across the ice like they are at most professional hockey rinks. So it is certainly a much different feel in here. The Venom packed the building last weekend against Binghamton, and they got credit for 450 fans, which is the lowest I've ever seen in this league. And again, they packed this building to get 450 fans. Right now I'm looking down, and if I could get to triple digits, I might have to count myself and the coaching staff to get to triple digits with the number of people currently in this ice rink. It is a new team, though. We'll see if they can get anywhere. And Daniel Chartrand gets 2 for slashing. So it'll be a 4-on-3 power play for however long James and Asp have left. Nothing is up on the board. There's no penalty clock up on the board. So that's certainly not helpful for the fans in attendance and the broadcasters in attendance. Hopefully everybody knows what time they're supposed to leave the penalty boxes. Or maybe they'll actually be able to put something up. Referees still chatting with the scorer's table. Will they take the face-off now? Hopefully, maybe. And it doesn't look like it will be soon, as both teams are heading over to their benches. Full players and Makar Sokolov as well going over to the Prowlers bench. And I want to say a lot of things about this rink. I played at this rink a couple times when I was growing up. It's certainly one that I'm familiar with, and a little bit. It's certainly interesting that they have a professional hockey team at this point, and you know, we always want to work. We want every single pro team to work. Unfortunately, it's not the reality, but hopefully they can figure things out here and improve things as next summer moves along. It was a very short summer moving from Elmira here to Newburgh, so not a lot of time to make improvements here, and we'll see if they're able to make those kinds of improvements and add more seating. So the Blue Ridge Bobcats did exactly that this past offseason, added lots of new seating and more upgrades to their arena. So it's certainly possible. This could look very, very different come the 2025-26 season. And again, hopefully the Venom are still around, because we don't want to see any team die out in this league. FPHL up to 14 teams now. Certainly looking to push to 16 and beyond next season, as they'll have neutral site games in Topeka, Kansas. Prowlers will be participating in a couple of those on January 31st and February 1st. They're also looking at Beaumont, Texas as well for expansion. So certainly moving out west a little bit is the FPHL. And Barry Soskin heavily involved in all of these new teams that are moving out west. Really the only teams he isn't involved with, the River Dragons, the Athens Rock Lobsters, and those 3 teams up in the Northeast, the Venom, the Black Bears, and the Danbury Hat Tricks. And forgive me if I forgot one that is not Barry Soskin involved, but he certainly is the lifeblood of this league. And a big reason why this league has been able to survive as long as it has. Now we're back set to play as the faceoff is won by the Venom. Again, power play 4-on-3 right now for Hudson Valley. As Craig takes it at the top of the circles, moves over to his left. Just so shot fought off by Sokolov as he punched it with the blocker. Brockway claps it from behind his own net all the way down the boards, and Moriarty stops it behind his cage. I'll let you know when Asp and James step out of the penalty boxes. There is no clock up for that, so not sure exactly when that's going to happen. As Brandon Charlton wraps it around towards Jesso at left point. Jesso to center point to Craig. Drops it off there. Charlton working to the near side. Jesso unloads the one-timer. Stopped by Sokolov, but they score it on the rebound. Right there on the doorstep. It looks like it was Davide Gaeta who was able to punch it home. And the Venom get a power play goal to move back in front. The one-timer was unleashed by Jesso. Sokolov thought he had it clutched against his chest. It wasn't there. And Gaeta able to put home his first goal of the season. So the Prowlers trail again. It is 4-on-4 hockey still. And it's moved up the right wing side. Here's Lockney. Has Federley going to the net. Couldn't get it there. Lockney still with it in the slot. Makes a nice move. He'll actually peel back out to center. Try another look. Lucas Lockney revs things up at his own blue line. Now on the left wing side. Enters offensive territory. He's tripped up. Play continues as stepping out from behind his own net is Craig. Had his pocket picked by Lockney. To the net. Backhander gloved by Moriarty. But what a play by Lucas Lockney. Craig trying to go up the ice. Lockney lifts his stick and got it all alone from the face-off circle. Wasn't dead on Moriarty. Tried to go to the backhand on the short side. Moriarty snagged it with the glove. But if that's what the Prowlers are going to get from Lucas Lockney, they certainly love that addition. Off this face-off to Moriarty's left. Parker reverses back into the corner and then wraps it around to the far side. Newberg now behind the net. It's Jurasek. Harassed there. Parker takes it and now moves up the right wing. Back to 5-on-5 as the headman feed to Asp was too far ahead of him. He was trying to get a breakaway out of the penalty box. Saucer pass towards Johnson, partially blocked away. Johnson able to keep it moving. And now stepping in is Noreka, and his outside shot from the left wing is held on to by Makar Sokolov. Just over 4.5 minutes gone in period 2. Davide Gaeta from Dustin Jesso and Brendan Charlton. The only goal so far in this second period. 2-1 in favor of the Venom. Face-off will be to Sokolov's right. As it's dropped, Adam Heinzel takes it from the circle, trying to move it up to Lockney on the left wing side. Asp kept the puck alive, takes a bump from his number 77 opposite Lockney, and now Graham to Lockney on the left wing, has to chase back after in the near side corner. Now Federley, Graham behind the net, pops out, turned it all the way across. That hit a skate, and now Jurasek rescues it from the crease, and near side corner, up the left wing side goes Jurasek. Lead pass, pops up in the air, lands for Jurasek, and he dumps it around. Sokolov partially able to stop it behind the Prowler net. Asp at the blue line. Couldn't move it along. Gaeta steps to the slot. His shot. And Sokolov thought he had it, and they score. Sokolov looked behind him. A couple of Venom crashed the net. And Hudson Valley has a 3-1 lead as Makar Sokolov couldn't hang on to the original shot by Davide Gaeta. It looks like Blake Sewardson is the one who put it home. It is 3-1 Hudson Valley. Prowlers with a multi-goal deficit now. 3-1 second period as Sewerton gets his first point of the year. Isaiah Paris back in his own end, far side corner, stops up behind the net, goes back out that same side. Brockway try to lead pass towards Fleck. The puck comes all the way down. Icing called against Port Huron. And we will take a timeout. 2 goals for Hudson Valley early on in the second. And they have a 3-1 lead. You're listening to Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken bag, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work. Work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
Back here in Newburgh, 3-1 Hudson Valley as the quick shot off the faceoff goes to the net and misses wide. These last 2 goals for the Venom coming by way of rebounds in front of the net. As out comes the Venom and shivers a shot from the slot. Was stopped by Sokolov and ends up in the corner. Isaiah Paris dumps his man, sends an outlet pass towards Gavin Fleck. Now turned back by Shevers, poked away from him though. Stelstrom to the left wing side. Houlihan slips past a check as he dumps it deep. That was Brockway, pardon me. Sent back behind the net. De Blasio, watched by Fleck. De Blasio had his pocket picked by Fleck, who turns around, and his shot is stopped by Moriarty. Another turnover by the Venom. Prowlers can't take advantage. Here's a shot by Parson. That was blocked by Norica. Jonas Leas in the near side corner, battling with a couple of Venom players. Just so, tapped it along past Paris. And now Norica, Shevers, back to Norica. He has a step, back pass towards Just So, and Sokolov slides over to make the save. And the Prowlers giving up another odd man rush. Makar Sokolov bails them out of that one. Port Huron unable to solve Moriarty on a couple of chances here in this second period. And the latest one there was a little bit ago. Came off the stick of Gavin Fleck. Here's Daniel Chartrand fighting through checks. He picks up the puck in the near side corner, feathers it all the way across. Heinzel, and now Chartrand behind the net. Wraps it in front, wrap around try, it still sits there, and Moriarty clamps the glove on top. And now there's a pile of bodies battling right in front of the crease. 2 Venom had control of Chartrand, and now everybody's settling down. But Daniel Chartrand with a little wrap attempt, and he couldn't get it through Moriarty, who put his skate on the post. Stays 3-1, but the faceoff will be to Moriarty's left. Leas will take it against Josh Newberg. Prowlers looking for something here. Get themselves back to a 1-goal game. And it looks like both centers will be kicked out of this face-off. Instead of Leas and Newberg, we get Scantleberry and Parker. And it's one back to the line. Heinzel to the near side to Parsons. His shot blocked by Parker's stick on the way through. Venom looked to work it out. Poked away. Venom in offensive territory. Charlton chasing after it. Heinzel tried to throw the body into him. Puck sitting below the goal line up against the wall. Parsons able to pull it out. Parsons in his own slot. Long lead pass to Chartrand up the right wing side. Now Scantlebury backhander off the side of the post. And then Chartrand blocks down a clearing attempt. Behind the net, Scantlebury. Reverse speed in front looking for Matt Graham. Moriarty got the paddle down. And out come the Venom. Chartrand on the back check, able to steal it away. And Alex Johnson goes around towards Lockhart. Comes all the way up to Matt Graham on the right wing side. Now Lockney over the Venom blue line. And Lucas Lockney, as he was going to the net, whistle was blown. And Brett Lockhart is getting a penalty behind the play. So Brett Lockhart shuts down that rush with the penalty behind the play. Austin Federley looking to find out what the call is. I didn't see the signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the official call as they announce it here. So Venom power play, which is 1 for 2 already, and has a power play goal in this period. Trying to make it a 4-1 game. Prowlers hoping that they don't fall to the bottom feeder of the Empire Division right now. So Austin Federley will draw against Dustin Gesso to begin this Venom power play, and Hudson Valley sets it up. It's Gesso at the blue line, giving it to Noreka on the left half wall. And now Craig had some trouble with it. Luke James trying to make him pay. James has it, but a good back check by Gaeta to steal it back. Venom back in. It's dropped to Gesso on the far side half wall. Federley's stick was launched into the air, and interference is the signal, and that will negate the rest of this Hudson Valley power play. We'll see who heads to the box. No one's gone in there quite yet. I believe it will be Josh Newberg. And indeed it is. So Newberg to the box. We'll have 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 36 seconds before an extremely brief Prowlers power play. Save for another penalty. Faceoff coming down to this end to Moriarty's left. Comes to the boards. Asp up the left wing side. Trying to move it up to Gaeta. Prowlers surround him, and Alex Johnson takes it in his own end. Johnson over to the far side boards. Skated up by Parsons. Tried to send to Graham, who was cutting down the middle of the ice. They couldn't connect. Asp with the home run feed towards Gaeta. Johnson poked it back. Now Lockney up the near side. Lucas Lockney's shot off a stick. Clangs off the glass. Johnson kept it in at the far point. Now Graham to Lockney. Shot stopped by Moriarty. Lockney settles things down. Then Gaeta steals it. And he moves it up to Noreka. Noreka took a bump from Matt Graham on the far side. Asp now with the puck on the near side. Sends it off the far side corner boards. And now Alex Johnson up the near wall. Lockney just moves it out. It's taken back by the Venom. Federley with a steal from coming off the bench. Federley dropped to Lockney. His shot was partially impeded by a stick. And out come the Venom again. De Blasio surrounded. Still 4-on-4. De Blasio had it knocked off his stick by Scantlebury. Prowlers could have numbers here. Fellstrom on the right wing circle, but he fanned on the shot. Now Gesso has Scantlebury all over him. He just hands it to his goaltender Moriarty as Gesso cut back into his own slot, and Moriarty hangs on for a whistle and a face-off. 7 seconds left in 4-on-4, and then it will be a short Prowlers power play when we come back on the PHP Network.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What Dough Made Daily looks like. what fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Back here in Newburgh, 3-1 Hudson Valley, as we'll have 4-on-4 for another 7 seconds, and then it'll be an extremely brief Prowlers power play. Face off to Moriarty's right. Johnson with a wrister, he scores! Alex Johnson right off the face-off, took the wrist shot from center point, and the Prowlers are back within 1. Second of the year for Alex Johnson. That one top shelf from long range, getting right off the draw. That's a 4-on-4 goal, so the Prowlers will still get a power play in 2 seconds. It'll be Johnson from Graham and Scantlebury. So Graham, who already led the team coming into tonight with 2 assists, he gets his 3rd helper of the season. Prowlers now up a man for the next 20 seconds. Lockney enters offensive territory, has it on the left wing side. Down below the goal line, it's Scantlebury. Walks out to the right wing, out to Federley at the line. Scantlebury on the right wing circle. Final seconds ticking off this very short Prowlers power play. Scantlebury shoved to the ice. He lost the puck, and Gaeta clears it all the way down. Went over the glass. Prowlers want a delay of game penalty. Will they get one? Referees will confer. But unsuccessful on their 24-second power play. Prowlers hoping to get a full 2-minute one here. And it looks like they will. Delay of game the call against Davide Gaeta. Prowlers back to the man advantage with a chance to tie up this hockey game. 4th power play of the game for Port Huron. Of course, the last one was just a few seconds, but still counts. As they send out their second unit, Chartrand, Fleck, Paris, Lockhart, and Thelstrom tied up off the faceoff at the dot. Fleck gets it back to center point to Lockhart, now right point, Thelstrom. Thelstrom walks the line to the center, gives to Fleck, right wing circle, cross to Lockhart, just hopped off his stick. And he couldn't get a good shot away. Chartrand gets it back to Lockhart at the top. Now Thelstrom center point. Fleck across to Lockhart on the far side. Took that shot too high. Fleck and Newberg in there battling for the puck. Paris gets in there as well. 4 Prowlers and 3 Venom in there, and Lockhart comes out with it. Thelstrom walks the blue line. Over to Lockhart in the slot towards Fleck. If he was left-handed, that would have worked. But instead, Prowlers continue play as Paris on the near side gets into the circle, looking across to Lockhart. That pass too hot to handle, and it's rimmed off the glass and all the way back down. So no shots on net there, but a couple of good opportunities. Prowlers were ripping it around, and now they'll switch the power play unit. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Working through center is Lockney. He drops it off to Graham, and now Scantlebury winds and fires from the high slot. His stick shattered. Graham trying to steal it away, but he couldn't. And here comes Brett Parker, shorthanded on the left wing side. Shot off a stick, goes off the corner boards. And Prowler's able to poke it out. Now they have numbers. Lockney cuts into the slot, backhander. And that was blocked by Charlton. And now Brendan Charlton has Parker going with him. 14 seconds left on the Prowler power play as it's wrapped around behind Makar Sokolov. Alex Johnson lost his edge. Here comes Noreka. Tried to go around the net. Noreka's, we're back to 5-on-5. Sends it back down deep. Here's Tucker Scantleberry. He's able to finally move out with it. Matt Graham with a skate lace that is flying out. Tried to defend, and Parker got a shot from the right wing circle that flies up out of play. Matt Graham was skating around there for a decent bit of time with his skate lace. I don't know if it's untied or broken, but it was hanging a foot off his blade, off his skate there. Lucky for him, he didn't trip and fall. Face off to Sokolov's left. Prowlers get no shots on that last power play. Off this face-off, Asp's shot ends up in the near side corner. And now behind the net, it's Adam Heinzel up towards Paris on the left wing side. He tips it along. Hustling after it is Houlihan. He'll win the race for icing. Puck in the far side corner of Venom territory. To a side scrum there. And it's kicked out by Gesso. Lofts it all the way out. Heinzel tried to push it back. Instead, puck ends up deep in Prowler territory. Heinzel takes Belov into the wall. To a side scrum as Sokolov looks to his left below the goal line. Now the puck out on the right wing side. It's Paris moving up with de Blasio. Drops it off for Houlihan. Shot in and out of the glove of Moriarty. Now Paris tried to work behind the net. He and Gesso tied up. Gesso gave it away to Graham, but the arm is up in the air. Isaiah Paris is going to the penalty box. Holding is the signal. Prowlers would have had a great opportunity there, but the whistle blows for a penalty against Isaiah Paris as he got his arm wrapped up on Dustin Gesso. Tough player to defend for sure, and Paris ends up sitting in the box for 2. So we'll see if the Venom can restore the 2-goal lead on this power play. It is their 4th of the night. And they started off. Puck comes over to the left point, and now Craig at center point. Over on the far side, it's just so. He walks to center point, straight on. Chartrand right on him. Just so. Floats it out high. Noreko gloved it down. Now just so. Near side corner. Out to Noreko. Kicked it up to his stick. Now he has it right along the blue line. Right wing on the blue line. It's Craig. Battle ensuing in front of the net. Gaeta forced to the corner on the far side. Now just so. Fakes the drive. Over to Gaeta. Takes the shot this time. And Sokolov makes the save. Not sure it was Sokolov or Ben Brockway getting in the shooting lane. Penalty coming up against the Prowlers as the arm's up in the air. Moriarty to the bench for the extra attacker. Prowlers don't want to touch it. Now they will. So it will be a 5-on-3 man advantage for Hudson Valley for 1 minute and 3 seconds. Looks like Daniel Chartrand, the one sitting in the box. Hooking is the call against Chartrand. So penalty killer in the box for the Prowlers. And a long 5-on-3 opportunity for the Hudson Valley Venom. Again, 1 minute 3 to go on the penalty to Isaiah Paris. As it's Charlton working at the top. Now on the left wing side, shot comes in all the way across, looking for a stick in front. They didn't find one, and it's cleared all the way down by the Prowlers. Moriarty leaves it behind his net for Sewardson. Sewardson right across the logo at center ice. He drops for Jurasek. Jurasek on the left wing side in Prowler territory, slid it towards the net as he was bumped. Port Huron trying to clear from the corner, but Hudson Valley recovers the puck. And now a check there made by Lockhart. Dislodged the puck, but Venom have it again. One-timer by Charlton from below the face-off dot on the left wing side. Fought off by Makar Sokolov. Shot to net by Sewardson off a stick and rises up out of play. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Paris. And we'll have the rest of it for you when we come back. You're listening to Prowlers Hockey right here on the PHP Network.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Back here in Newburgh, Hudson Valley power play continuing. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Isaiah Paris. And then it'll be 5-on-4. And off this face-off, they blow it dead. They'll re-drop it. So we'll try it again to Sokolov's left. All right, face-off won by Hudson Valley. And the Prowlers have killed off the first penalty. So now it's 5-on-4. Wrister by Craig. Sticked away by Sokolov. Craig now at the line. Gives to Jesso on the right point. Now Norweka drops for Jesso on the right wing. Craig, center point. Had his pass blocked away by Matt Graham and out of the zone. 35 seconds left on the Hudson Valley power play. Norweka couldn't enter offensive territory. Michael Houlihan put up the stop sign. Craig back in his own end. It's over his own blue line. Gets to the Prowler red on the right wing. Bounced it in on Sokolov, and he'll just hang on to it there. That was a lot tougher than Sokolov made it seem, as it bounced right in front of him, the dump attempt. But he hangs on for a whistle and a face-off. 3 shots so far on the power play for Hudson Valley since the Chartrand call. They have 18 seconds left on the clock there. Prowlers trying to sneak in a late change, I believe. And I think they'll get called for it. Brett Lockhart being told to go back to the bench, and Michael Houlihan has to head back out onto the ice. And I think the Prowlers might have 3 forwards out right now. Looks like they do. Scantleberry, Leas, and Houlihan out there right now as they were trying to get Lockhart, the defenseman, out there. We'll see if the Venom can take advantage or if the Prowlers can clear it down. They control the faceoff, and Parsons gets it all the way down, and they'll be able to make the change. Final 10 seconds ticking off the 5-on-4 power play for the Venom. Prowlers penalty kill comes up large. Back to 5-on-5 as Just So steps over the left wing side. Outside shot, and it's held on to by Makar Sokolov. So the Prowlers PK kills off over a minute of 5-on-3 time, and then the ensuing 57 seconds of 5-on-4. And it stays a 1-goal game, 3-2, 3:07 left in period number 2. Off this face-off, Scantleberry bangs it off the left wall. It's out at center, and then dropped back into the Prowlers' end. Parsons up to Scantleberry. He tips it at the red line. Moriarty plays it behind his own net. Rips it around to the far side, right into Chartrand. Tried to send it to the net. That was blocked. Leas able to keep Newburgh from exiting the zone. They battle for it right at the blue line. Finally tossed out by de Blasio. Prowlers begin a change as it's banged right back in. Asp stepping out from behind his own net. Chased by Scantleberry. Asp on the right wing. Enters offensive territory as he chipped it along. Prowlers rim it around to the near side. And it comes out. And all the way back to Hudson Valley ice. Charlton, long pass up. That was off the stick of its target, Belov. And now the Prowlers look to move the other way. Paris, right wing side, took a bump from Chevers. Sent off the near side boards and all the way down. Icing called against the Venom with a tick under 2 to play in period number 2. Well, be sure to stick around for the Moses Roses smoke break. We'll chat about what's been going on in this game so far. Also take a look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule. It's all right here on the PHP Network. Face off to Moriarty's left. Graham and Charlton in to take it. Now they're ready to drop it. Puck sits there for a moment, pushed behind the Hudson Valley net. Lockney ties up there, and Federley comes out with the puck. Floats it to left point to Johnson. Back to Austin Federley, and he's forced out of the zone by Belov. Prowlers have to reset. Johnson on the left wing side. Couldn't get that pass through. Belov skates into it. Belov couldn't get to the net. Prowlers try a home run pass. That was blocked. Chevers in the corner, turning on the far side. He's defended there by Lockhart. Prowlers just trying to force it out right along the far side boards. And Lockney back for it. He gives to Austin Federley off the glass, and Graham couldn't swing at it and hit it, so it ends up being an icing against the Prowlers as Federley knocked it off the glass from his side of center. So the 1:09 to go in period number 2. Faceoff coming all the way back to Makar Sokolov's end to his right. Graham and Jasso will take this faceoff. As it comes to the point, played there by Gaeta. He fires it across. Long range try by Craig from right point. Eaten up by Sokolov. He'll hang on for a whistle and a faceoff. 62 seconds left in the second period. It is the Hungry Howie's second period here on the PHP Network. As this faceoff will be to Sokolov's left this time. Jasso wins it back. Too hard off of Asp. And now Gavin Fleck trying to gain a step. Good diving play by Jurasek to keep a breakaway from happening for the Prowlers. Brockway taken in by Nareka. Deep in his own end. Dug out by Paris. Below the goal line. Chips it around behind the net. Fellstrom off the glass, and it comes out of the zone. Luke James first down on the right wing side in Venom territory. Tried to go 5-hole on Moriarty, who got the pad down. Harris back to the net from the corner. That was stopped by Moriarty as well. Pinching in is Brockway on the half wall. Absorbs contact there. And then it's bounced over to the near side to Jesso. Dustin Jesso with 15 up the left wing. Jesso, little fancy dangle, still has it on the backhand. Kick save by Sokolov. Pushed to the far side boards. James ties up. Fleck just trying to hold on to the puck until time expires. Jesso won't be able to get a shot away as he stepped to the middle of the ice. And after 40 minutes of play, James still tied up with Rasmus Asp. And now Gavin Fleck and Isaiah Parrish coming in defense of their line mate. So this period still not over. James and Asp still with words as the linesman in between trying to get them both to head to the locker rooms. Isaiah Parrish involved as well there at center. Looks like everybody will head off after 40 minutes of play. Again, it is 3-2 in favor of the Hudson Valley Venom, who are looking for their first win since moving to Newburgh. Shots on goal in that second period, 14 for Hudson Valley and 11 for Port Huron. We'll stick around for the Moses Roses smoke break. We'll chat about what this game has looked like so far. Take a look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule and much more. Out-of-town scoreboard and game stats coming your way as well. And we will do it all here on the PHP Network, the audio version of the PHP Network here this evening from Newburgh, New York. Prowlers will have to come from behind if they are to get a victory in this one. Well, secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game on Friday, November 1st, as they host the Motor City Rockers for Military Appreciation Night with puck drop at McBoren Place, scheduled for 7:05 p.m. The team will be wearing specialty jerseys. You see the logo right there on your screen. Those specialty jerseys will be auctioned off after the game to support the Port Huron Elks Lodge number 343 Veterans Fund. Bring a non-perishable food donation to be entered to win 2 Remen Club tickets at the Detroit Red Wings home game against the Chicago Blackhawks on January 10th as well. Those tickets are all inclusive with gourmet food, beverage, and parking. So lots going on at the Prowlers' next home game on Friday, November the 1st. Tickets are available online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or scan the QR code on your screen now to be part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. It's the second intermission here in Newburgh. Prowlers trailing by 1, 3-2. We'll be right back right here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should've just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com. Back here in Newburgh, it's 3-2 Venom. As we move along in the second intermission, Will Wiggleman here on your audio-only version of the PHP Network. Thanks for sticking with us through the technical issues that are completely human error, and the human that you're looking for the error, that is me. So I will certainly be making sure that this does not continue to happen in the future. But for now, again, thank you for sticking along with us through these first 40 minutes of play as the Prowlers trail the Empire Division bottom feeders. I know it's early on this season, but the Venom did not have a good showing last weekend against the Binghamton Black Bears, who of course are the defending champs that returned a large number of its roster. But it still seemed like a team that the Prowlers should be able to handle pretty easily, especially with the fact that the Venom are down a couple of defensemen. Austin Pickford, Jesse Swanson, Mark Pozar, all suspended, and with that, the Venom do have to play 2 players down in this game due to the 2 multiple game suspensions. So everything against the Venom right now, who are searching for their first win in franchise history, and yet it is Hudson Valley with the 3-2 lead over the Port Huron Prowlers. And you know, those 2 goals in the second period were 2 rebounds. Makar Sokolov left the puck in front. Defenseman didn't tie up in front. Whatever you want to call it, whoever you want to blame for it. Those are the types of goals that the Prowlers certainly would like to eliminate, because at the end of the day, it comes down to being stronger in front of your own net. That's certainly a large portion of it. So we'll see if they can cut down on those types of things moving forward as we get to the third period coming up in just a few minutes. But again, the Prowlers trying to start off this road trip right with a win. They have to go to Binghamton tomorrow, and that will certainly be a tough game. And they really wanted to have this one in their back pockets, get above 500 for the first time this season. As we take a look at some of the stats so far, Alex Johnson has a goal and an assist so far in this one for Port Huron. Davide Gaeta, a goal and 2 helpers for the Venom. Bit of a, I don't know if we could still call it a revenge game for him, as he was traded last season and played against the Prowlers 6 times last year, but still playing well against his former team here tonight. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, out-of-town scoreboard, upcoming games and for the Prowlers, and the game stats from tonight right here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Back here in Newburgh, 3-2 Venom as they lead the Port Huron Prowlers through 40 minutes of play. Will Wiggleman back with you on the PHP network, the audio-only version that we have for you here tonight. Well, let's take a look ahead in the schedule for the Prowlers as they continue this road trip this weekend. Tomorrow they'll head to Binghamton, and then they will face off against the Motor City Rockers coming up next weekend. That will be a home-and-home. The Friday game is Military Appreciation Night in Port Huron, with proceeds from the jersey auction going to help the Port Huron Elks Lodge Veterans Fund, and lots more going on in that game, so be sure to come out for that one. But returning home next week are the Prowlers, and then 2 weeks from now, this exact same road trip here to Newburgh and then to Binghamton on the Friday, Saturday. So we'll be right back here 2 weeks from tonight, and we'll have that for you here on the PHP network, hopefully with video that time. We'll see if the dumb Prowlers broadcaster remembers to bring all of his stuff. But let's look around the FPHL real quick at the other scores that are going on. Second period in Watertown, Wolves have a 3-1 lead on the Motor City Rockers. Kyle Heitzner, Tate Leeson, and Trevor Lord, the goals for Watertown, all of them coming in the first period. Adam Kuhn has the only goal of the second. It's the only one for the Motor City Rockers as well. Still 1-1 in Danbury between the Binghamton Black Bears and the Danbury Hat Tricks, while the Athens Rock Lobsters have the only goal so far in Danville, Illinois, as they take on Dashers Hockey. It's Garrett Milan with the goal, 1-0 Rock Lobsters in Danville. We move along to the other set of games, and Carolina and Blue Ridge still searching their first goal. It's no score. Late stages, second period, as Boris Babick and Connor Green have been perfect so far. Shots right now favoring Carolina 21-14. And the Baton Rouge Zydeco picked up a late goal right at the end of the period. They just hit the first intermission, and it's the Zydeco who are now up 2-0 over the Mississippi Seawolves at the Raising Cane's River Center. Brody Thornton and Tyler Larwood are the goal scorers for the Zydeco. Of course, here it is 3-2 in favor of the Hudson Valley Venom. Prowlers looking to get their second comeback win of the season. As we take a look at the stats from this game so far, it's 3-2 Venom. Shots are close, 22-20 in favor of Hudson Valley. Both teams with a power play goal in what's been a relatively clean game as far as the FPHL is concerned, as far as the Hudson Valley Venom are concerned, as the Venom came into this game with a league-high 126 penalty minutes, and they've only played 2 games. There are teams in this league that came into tonight having played 2, 3, 4, and 5 games, and yet it is the Venom who played just 2 so far, leading in the penalty department with 126 penalty minutes. They have 10 tonight, all of them minor penalties, so certainly a more civilized game than the Venom fans saw last weekend in their opening weekend, their inaugural home opener, and the game in Binghamton, where they racked up 90 penalty minutes themselves in Binghamton in just that one game. So it's been a chaotic start for the Venom to their franchise since moving here to Newburgh. But again, a lot more calmed down, a lot more civilized, and a lot more disciplined here tonight against the Port Huron Prowlers. And they have the lead, 3-2, so maybe they'll find out that this is a good way for them to play, a more civilized and disciplined style of hockey, and maybe they'll start to play that, and maybe they can rack up some wins. It's still very early, even though they are sitting at the bottom of the Empire Division. It is still very, very early in the season. We're still in October, second or third weekend, depending on who you ask. If you're the Binghamton Black Bears, this is your third weekend, for example. The team the Prowlers play tomorrow, but for Port Huron and Hudson Valley, this is just the second weekend of the season for them. Of course, it will all even out to 56 games by the time we get to April, but lots to get through before we get there. Still a couple of minutes to go in the second intermission here at Ice Time Sports Complex in Newburgh, as the Zamboni is still on the ice, and so are the referees, which is not something you see all too often. We'll see if we have a bit of a delayed start to period number 3. We'll entertain you with the PHP Network trivia question first. And we asked about the last time the Prowlers had a road trip such as the one they're on right now, when they faced two different teams on the road in back-to-back nights. Of course, they have faced two different teams at home on back-to-back nights a few times, but it's been a little bit since they've done it on the road. And the answer, you have to go all the way back to the 2021-22 season, when they visited the Carolina Thunderbirds and the Columbus River Dragons that April, right near the end of the season. They were in Carolina first, and then Columbus the second game after that, which is a much longer drive than Newburgh to Binghamton. But they ended up losing in overtime to the Thunderbirds, so how about that? To make it that much harder, you had to play into overtime. And then a 5-2 loss to the Columbus River Dragons. Again, that was back April 8th and 9th of 2022. At the Port Huron Prowlers faced two different teams in back-to-back nights on the road. Prowlers hoping that that result doesn't repeat again. And they hope that they can come back and pick up 3 points, at least maybe 2 here against the Venom. They already do have one victory beyond regulation so far this season. Referees are on the ice, and now the Venom finally taking the ice. Prowlers will be going right to left now for this third period, as Makar Sokolov leads them out. Sokolov has made 19 saves on 22 Venom shots, while John Moriarty, all the way in the goal crease down at the other end on our left, he has made 18 saves on 20 Prowlers shots through the first 40 minutes of play, as Port Huron and Hudson Valley get set for the final 20 minutes of regulation. This is the first of 4 meetings between the Prowlers and the Venom this season. 3 here at the Ice Time Sports Complex and 1 at McMorran Place. At no point do these two teams play each other on back-to-back nights. Venom, the only team that the Prowlers see multiple times this season, but do not play on back-to-back nights. There are a couple of teams the Prowlers only see once, but it's a fun, weird little schedule quirk as the Prowlers and the Venom get set for third period action right here on the PHP Network. We're underway as this puck is rimmed around behind the net. Sokolov plays it over to the near side, kept in by Asp at the near point. Brett Lockhart back up the left wing side, and he's up with speed. Lockhart gets the red line, dumps it around, and Austin Federley tried to get there first. Graham towards the nets. That was stopped by Moriarty. Lucas Lockney behind the net. Couldn't get it around to Federley. Gets it to Johnson at the point. His long-range try held on to by Moriarty, and Alex Johnson earlier on in this game with his assist on the Prowlers' first goal picked up his 200th point as a Port Huron Prowler. Currently, he ranks 4th in Prowlers history. And Austin Federley will more than likely become the 5th Prowler in team history to hit 200 points with the team. The other 3, Dalton J with 440, Matt Graham with 392 coming into tonight, and Matt Robertson with 319. Faceoff won by the Prowlers, but it's sent out of the zone by Josh Newberg. Ben Brockway tried to go up the far side wall, comes into the benches out of play. So we'll get a stoppage and a face-off. Our second stoppage in the first minute of period number 3, the Schultz family McDonald's third period. Face-off will be to Sokolov's right, deep in Prowler territory. Lias and Newberg set to take it. And the draw won back by Newberg. Working down the left wing wall is de Blasio. And now behind the net, it's Parker. Back to de Blasio in the corner. Lias takes it from him. And it's pushed up to Daniel Chartrand. Now Scantleberry up the middle of the ice. Left wing side into Venom territory. Lias a drive as it slid across to him. He couldn't find the target. Brockway with a wrist shot that rose too tall. Now Scantleberry in the far side corner. Spinning away from de Blasio. Scantleberry tried a centering feed. He's back on it. And now he gives it to Luke James at left point. Scantleberry down the left wing wall, looking towards the back door. That didn't work. Brockway at left point. Down and all the way around to the far corner. Chartrand was waiting for it. Below the goal line, James in front. Scantleberry trying to control it. Moriarty didn't have it. It looked like he may have for a second, but the Prowlers still controlling play in the offensive zone. Chartrand behind the net now. Over to the far side corner, James. Now Scantleberry behind the cage. He's shoved down to a knee. Back up. And James bounces it out high to Brockway. D-to-D pass, Thelstrom, right point. Prowlers trying to get some fresh bodies on the ice. Thelstrom's shot blocked. And Venom able to send it down the ice, but it is an icing call against Hudson Valley. So a tired group of Venom players will have to take this defensive zone face-off. Prowlers completing a change and trying to make sure that all the players that are supposed to be out there for the Venom are out there. The referees were over at the Hudson Valley bench. Good offensive zone shift for Scantleberry, Chartrand, and then Luke James coming off the bench. They started it with Lias, but then James came off the bench and continued the cycling. Venom look like they'll get out here, trying to force up the near side wall. Lockney comes in, though, to keep it alive momentarily, and now Lockney has it. Left half wall. Tried to push it all the way around. Matt Graham to the net, and that one cut off. And finally backhanded out of the zone. And now the Venom will be able to get a change. Sokolov plays it back up the near side. Prowlers trying to push the play as Johnson dangles around just so. Johnson taken down by Noreko as he made a move on him. A tripping penalty coming up against the Lithuanian. Actually, they'll call it slashing. And the Prowlers to their 5th power play of this hockey game. And a chance to tie the score. They are 1 for 4 on the man advantage. As Noreko goes to the box for slashing. And he's played for the Lithuanian national team at the World Championships in Division 1A and Division 1B, and also at the World Juniors in Division 2A. They also played at the recent Olympic qualifiers. So a guy with plenty of international experience. He sits in the penalty box, though, as Moriarty jumps on top of the faceoff that came right to him. So they'll drop it again. Prowlers have their top unit out there, and Tucker Scantleberry is taking the faceoff against Josh Newberg. Puck comes to the wall. Newberg able to find it, rims it around, and Federley keeps it in at left point. So Prowlers set up. Walking up the left wing wall is Lockney. Now down to Graham in the corner. Graham up top looking for Federley, but they had a little miscommunication there, and the puck skitters all the way down back to Prowler ice. Federley to Johnson. Now up the right wing side, Lockney picks it up off the boards. Lucas Lockney, backhander, gloved out of the air by Moriarty. He'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. Port Huron switching up the power play unit. Just 35 seconds gone in the penalty to Imantis Noreka. Off this face-off, it's sent all the way down by Blake Sewertson. And Sokolov leaves it for Ludwig Thelstrom. Thelstrom behind his own net. Goes to the right side, and Gavin Fleck up the right wing. He gets in. Fleck pulls up on the half wall, and back to Thelstrom. He walks the blue line. Over to Fleck. Had to kick it back to his stick. Fleck in the circle. Centering feed was taken away, and now trying a short-handed rush are the Venom, but the pass was too far ahead of Sewertson, and the Prowlers look to come back out, but Lockhart couldn't handle the feed from Thelstrom as it handcuffed him, dangling in his ass. Backdoor play to Sewertson. It went right between Sewertson's legs. If he just swung his stick, he would have had a tap-in short-handed goal, but instead, we get a whistle as the net came off. Rasmus Asp showing off his hands with a nice move into Prowler territory. 40 seconds left on the Port Huron man advantage. They have one shot on goal aside to show for, or one shot on goal to show for it. Asp did not get a shot on net there on that chance. Chartrand and Parker on this face-off. One back by Parker, and the rising shot goes over top and off the glass. Thelstrom had it kick off his skate. Here's Parker to the net, all the way around, wrap try, and kicked out by Sokolov as he moved from right to left. Now Paris up the left wing side, gives it to the trailer. Lockhart, shot save, rebound, another one from Moriarty as Chartrand was on the doorstep. Venom dump it all the way back down. Looks like that will take care of the rest of the penalty. Prowlers power play unsuccessful. They drop to 1 for 5 on the night. Matt Graham back to the line to Alex Johnson. Back down towards Graham. They battle for it in the corner. Graham tried to move it up the wall. Johnson keeps it in at left point. Wrist shot to the net. Knockdown Lockney. He scores! Lucas Lockney battling on the post. He finds the rebound and puts it home and ties this hockey game up at 3. Lucas Lockney was tied up with one of the Venom players right on the post. The shot came in. Not sure if it hit them or Moriarty, but Lockney with a great play to find it and put it home. He's had his opportunities tonight, and he's finally rewarded in his Prowlers debut. Lucas Lockney, the 24-year-old with lots of pro experience over in his native Slovakia, has his first in the Fed. And just under 5 minutes into period 3, we have a brand new game. The Prowlers have come back from 3-1 down. Alex Johnson with another point as he and Tucker Scantleberry are rewarded with the assists. Scantleberry 2 helpers, Johnson a goal and 2 assists. Lockney with a goal and an assist now as Prowlers move back in. Here's Michael Houlihan from the right corner. Stopping behind the net, gives to Luke James. Outside shot, knocked down, and out come the Venom. On the right wing, near side, Narekas falls down. They get back to the point. Asp with a shot, kicks off a skate in front, rattles around and ends up behind the net. Gaeta tried to put it back on in front. Net comes off its moorings, and just so getting into it with Daniel Chartrand. Puck came off the back wall. Gaeta tried to put it back on goal. Sokolov made the save, and then the net came off. And Parsons and Jesso having some words. And we know that a guy like Dustin Jesso can take himself out of a game with penalties. And we'll see if Brian Parsons, who's a good talker, can goad him into it. We'll take a break. Tie game here in Newburgh, here on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Face off deep in Prowler territory. Jesso and Parsons back out there together as the puck comes to the net. Sokolov made the save, and then the net again comes off. It really does not take much for the net here at Icetime Sports Complex. Sokolov trying to bang the net into the pegs. He's hitting straight down on the crossbar where the crossbar and the post meet right above the pegs. Try and keep that net secure. Parsons and Jesso having another conversation. I don't think the Prowlers will be allowed to change here to figure out who should be on the ice report here on. Confusion over at the Prowler bench. And now they're calling a penalty on Port Huron, and Chris Paulin is incensed. He's running over to the referees. They call a penalty on the Prowlers. Said Port Huron couldn't change. Prowlers were looking to get the guys back out there that were supposed to, and Chris Paulin, after that penalty was called, ran down the bench. I think the Prowlers said that one referee said they could change. The other referee said they couldn't. There's a lot of confusion going on. Prowlers captain Austin Federley having a chat with one referee. That's William Lyons talking to Federley and Brett Parker. While Chris Montalavo, the other referee, is having a talk at the bench with Chris Paulin, Prowlers assistant coach. Unsportsmanlike conduct or delay of game. Not sure which one it's officially going to be, but either way, it is a Venom power play. Early stages, third period, and an opportunity for Hudson Valley to take the lead back. Jesso and Matt Graham to draw to Sokolov's right, and off the faceoff, Adam Heinzel finds it and fires it all the way down. So Craig will set things up behind his own net. Prowlers shorthanded for the 6th time in this game as Parsons kicks it along, and Federley finds it just inside his own blue line and wires it down ice. They call it delay of game, and they're calling it against Daniel Chartrand. Up the right wing side comes Noreka. Venom trying to set up an offensive territory. Noreka all the way around the net, sends it up to the left point. Center point, Jesso trying to toe drag, had it stolen by Houlihan. Noreka trying to chase him down. Houlihan only has the backhand, and now he's tied up by Noreka, who chased him down. So Michael Houlihan unable to get a shot off, but he's wasting plenty of time in the corner. Finally, he's knocked down. So's a member of the Venom, and that member of the Venom is hurt. It looks like Craig. I can't exactly tell the number, but Houlihan had the puck. Craig was trying to take it from him, and Noreka came in and threw a hit on Houlihan. Houlihan and Craig both went down awkwardly. Houlihan got up just fine, but Craig was down. He seemed to be grabbing at his left leg, and he's now on all fours as the Hudson Valley training staff comes to check him out. 1 minute left on the penalty to Daniel Chartrand. But of course the concern now is for Craig, who is still on all fours at the bottom of the circle, deep in Hudson Valley territory. Jesso tried a toe drag right at the Prowler blue line. Houlihan took it from him, started moving up ice, almost had a step, but he was chased down by Noreka. Was trying to waste time in the corner right around that bottom of the circle area on the left wing side in Hudson Valley territory. And he was hit by Noreka, who just threw the body into him. He and Craig went down. They're holding, training staff has his hand on Craig's left knee. This is not a very good scene here in Newburgh, as a few of Craig's teammates have come over to help him to his skates. Absolutely no weight on that left leg. For Connor Craig making his Venom debut. He played a few games for the Elmira River Sharks last year, 1 assist in 5 games after his junior season when he played with the Elmira Impact. He led the Impact in assists his only USPHL Premier season and was named an All-Star last year, but he is hobbling off back to the Venom dressing room with lots of help. He is off the ice now, and we'll get set to resume play, and hopefully nothing too serious for Connor Craig, but it certainly did not look good from here. As we'll get a face-off just outside of Hudson Valley territory on the near side face-off dot. Minute left in the Hudson Valley power play as it's tied up off the draw and then sent across the ice by de Blasio. Now back to the near side, Newburgh. Noreka chips it in, heads after it himself behind the net. And Noreka still with it on the left half wall. And he gives it to the point, or near half wall. Now Newburgh, near corner. Gaeta, top of the circle. Jesso over to the far side. Noreka down low. Good play by Lockhart. Keep Newburgh from getting that right in front of Makar Sokolov. Newburgh has it, though, at the top, right at the blue line. Looking, shooting, and he couldn't find the target. That went off the boards, off the back of the net. Puck still alive. Lias trying to fend off 2 Venom players. Play continues as the net is just slightly off its moorings. Gaeta on the near side half wall. And we're back to even strength. Shot comes in, kick saved by Sokolov. Now Heinzel has a man heading up ice. It's Chartrand. Heinzel, though, with lots of space and his team changing, he'll pass it off. Luke James with spaces, shot, stopped, rebound, James backhand, another save by Moriarty. Puck still available, and now it goes over to the far corner. Heinzel was heading towards the bench, but now he'll have to defend as Shivers works his way in. He gets hit hard by Brockway. Both of them go down. It's a couple of big bodies getting into each other there. Is cross-corner dump collected by Jurasek. James centering feed. Houlihan swung and missed as that puck was bouncing and rolling. James trying to get his stick free in the slot. Down low pass. And it went off of Moriarty's pad as he kicked out the right flipper. Venom player down behind the net. Puck still being battled for. Deep in Hudson Valley territory. Chartrand in front looking for James. And they just couldn't link up cleanly as James was all by himself right at the far post. 2-a-side scrum in the corner. 11 minutes to go in regulation. Puck comes over to Alex Johnson. Just couldn't keep it in though. And Parsons quick up to Austin Federley. Left wing side. He enters Hudson Valley territory and dumps it deep. Lockney let it go through. Sewardson. Lockney took a hit after he let it go through. Nothing called. And now Lockney gloves it down behind the net. He comes out with it in the faceoff circle. Backdoor play looking for Matt Graham. That didn't get through. They try the home run pass to the Venom. It's sent towards the net. Just a quick swing there by Danila Belov from just below the faceoff dot, scooped up by Makar Sokolov. He'll hang on for a whistle and a faceoff as the pass was off the boards, an indirect feed towards Belov, but he wasn't able to field it cleanly, and all he could do was swipe at the rolling puck. Right now at the Prowler crease, it's referee Chris Montalvo who's trying to force that net down as deep as possible into the ice. And both referees and linesmen trying to build up the snow around the near side post of the Prowler net right in front of the broadcast booth here. They put the water bottle down into the ice to put some water down, trying to make it as solid as possible so that that net won't move. They're still working on the near side post. Both referees and one of the linesmen. And now they have it, I guess, as good as it's going to get. Face off to Sokolov's right on the opposite side of where that post is that they were just working on. Scantleberry and Parker in on the draw. Parker wins it back. Charlton couldn't get a quick shot away. The Prowlers have taken a penalty. Leas forced it out of the zone. There's a delayed penalty against Port Huron. As Leas dove, Charlton was tripped up. Here comes Stewartson back in. Poked off his stick by Lockhart as he touches up. We'll get the call, a trip against Jonas Leas. And Hudson Valley back to the man advantage with 10:07 to go in the third. Venom 1 for 6 so far on the power play here tonight. So we'll have a big PK for Port Huron. Daniel Chartrand and Josh Newberg in to take the face-off to start it. Chartrand wins it back clean, and Brockway fires it all the way down. True balance power play as we pass the midway point of period number 3. It's a 3-3 game as the Venom make the drop pass in defensive territory to Gesso. Gesso, a couple of head fakes, works his way in, fires it to the outside towards Newberg. Newberg gets it back on the near side half wall. Newberg up to de Blasio at the blue line. Rister goes all the way through and catches the back glass. Noreka sent a Prowler to the ice, nothing called. Gesso's shot blocked on the way through, and the rebound pushed just wide by Newberg in the slot. Gaeta out to Noreka. Noreka walks down the left wing side, and his shot clutched by Sokolov. He juggled and held briefly for a whistle and a face-off. 1:10 to go on the penalty to Leas. We'll have the rest of this Hudson Valley power play when we come back here on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Minute 10 to go on the Hudson Valley power play. 9:16 left in period number 3. Prowlers and Venom tied up at 3 goals apiece. Just Dustin Gesso will bring out his group again. He'll take the draw against Austin Federley to Makar Sokolov's right. Face off one back by Gesso. He has it in the far side corner. Looking towards the front of the net. Now he'll go up high to Noreka. Back to Just So. They switch spots. Just So at the blue line. Noreka now down near the bottom of the face-off circle. Now Craig had his shot blocked. And Alex Johnson played it off of Connor Craig. And up to Lockney. Has Johnson going to the net. Prowlers short-handed. Lockney. Johnson! And that one wouldn't go. I think Moriarty made the save on that one. Gaeta was all alone at the Prowler blue line. Said Just So skates it in. Just So with toe drag shot blocked by Johnson. Gaeta took a hit from Alex Johnson. Lockhart cleared the puck from the front of the net, and Chartrand clears the zone. 20 seconds left in the Hudson Valley power play that has been certainly eventful. That shot knocked down by Sokolov. Rebound sits there and ends up behind the net. Just So reels it in near the top of the zone. Now he walks the blue line from straight on, blocked by Chartrand. Penalty about to expire as Sokolov gathers in the loose puck as it slides towards his crease, and he'll kill the play with 8:04 left in the third period. Power play over for Hudson Valley. Both teams getting some good offensive chances. But we stay tied. Time ticking away here in period number 3. As Leas and Parker get set for this face-off. One back by Parker. Shivers behind the net. Brockway trying to defend him. Shivers cycled it down for Charlton. And now Shivers again in the far side corner, taking more punishment from the big Ben Brockway. Puck pops out to the middle of the ice. There's a penalty coming up. It's against Hudson Valley. And they always get the retaliation. That's certainly a big saying in hockey. And Ben Brockway is drawing a retaliation penalty against Quinn Shivers. So Shivers will head to the box, and it's Port Huron's turn on the man advantage. Looks like cross-checking the signal. So Quinn Shivers will be in the penalty box in the Prowlers power play, which is 1 for 5 so far tonight. We'll get another opportunity to take the lead after killing off one from Hudson Valley. Off the face-off, it's chipped out of the zone by Charlton. Sokolov plays it back to the near side. Lockney works over to the far side, and he drops it off for Austin Federley right in his own slot. Up to Alex Johnson, gets the red line, tried to make a pass off, but couldn't find Scantleberry, and the Venom tried to clear it down. They get the Prowler bench. I think that hit Luke James right in the backside. So Luke James with a flying puck coming to the bench. I don't think that counts as a block shot for Luke James, but certainly kept it from hitting Chris Paulin, the assistant coach, who I know appreciates that. As off this face-off, it's deep in Venom territory, so the Prowler's able to set back up. Johnson across the blue line to Federley, down to Graham, and the slide he shoots, fought off by Moriarty. This rebound couldn't get it all the way back in front. There's a Venom player down, and the whistle is up for a penalty against Tucker Scantleberry. He knocked down Jurasek in front, and now the Venom getting after Tucker Scantleberry. Let's see if this evens things up. That is Josh Newberg trying to get at Tucker Scantleberry as he's wrapped up by the referees over in the face-off circle. I wonder if the Venom head coach may have just evened things up, as Scantleberry has to go to the box. And yes, it looks like they'll send Newberg there as well. So we'll see if that evens things up. Minute 17 scheduled left for Quinn Shivers to sit in the penalty box, as referees and linesmen having discussions about what should go up on the board. Critical juncture of this game, 3-3. Prowlers were trailing 3-1 at one point in this game. They battled back to make it 3-3. They've put Scantleberry's 2 minutes up on the board. We'll see if Newburgh is to follow. They are still working. We'll see if Newburgh also goes up there, and if that is the case, it would be a 4-on-3 Prowlers power play. If not, then it would be 4-on-4. Nothing has gone up on the board for Newburgh on the Hudson Valley side, but he does have a seat in the home penalty box. As Austin Federley and Brett Parker getting the explanations from the men in stripes. So at this moment, it looks like it will be 4-on-4, which means Tucker Scantleberry got 2 penalties and Newburgh just 1. They're calling them out here, calling out the penalties. Well, they do say one for each, so that means it should still be 4-on-3. However, Gavin Fleck just left the Prowler bench to head over to the road penalty box. So that means there is certainly something else going on here. Prowlers have 4 on the ice. Faceoff is coming all the way down to Port Huron territory to Sokolov's right. There are only 2 Venom players on the ice. I still am not sure why Gavin Fleck is in the penalty box. Penalties have just started coming down on my penalty sheet here. And it looks like we do have 4-on-4. So that will negate the rest of the Prowler power play. So we do have some 4-on-4. So this block shot by Graham at the Prowler blue line, chasing after the puck, and Jurasek on it. Graham and Jurasek come together in the near side corner in Venom territory. And now it's Rasmus Asp dropping it off for Just So. He takes a hard hit from Matt Graham. Puck launched out to center. Austin Federley first on it. Made a pass over to Alex Johnson. Johnson back to Federley, all the way back in his own end, right along the goal line on the near side. Austin Federley lofts it up towards Johnson. That was knocked down partially and sent back the other direction by the Venom. Now Johnson with 35 seconds left in 4-on-4 before an abbreviated Venom power play. Johnson behind his own net. Johnson still below the goal line in Prowler ice. Gave it over to Brockway. Had it taken by Just So. Just So centering pass. Parker had his shot go off a stick and out of play. It just did touch the netting above the glass. Dustin Just So doesn't agree. But they do say it hit the netting and they kill the play. Face-off coming deep in Prowler ice to Sokolov's right. And now men in stripes hanging out in the referee circle, chatting to Austin Federley and Brett Parker once again. Not sure why. Maybe a little bit of confusion or controversy about that shot going off the top of the glass. Maybe they want to cut down on players and coaches yelling at the referees. Because that was the last thing that happened, is Just So yelling about how that puck, he thought that puck did not clear the glass. And Austin Federley going back to his bench to tell all of his teammates, don't say anything to the referees. Which is certainly how it should be. Off this face-off, Just So trying to body off Brockway. He sends it to the point. Asp's shot is blocked. Delstrom took a hit in the corner. He's upended. Brockway on the puck. And it deflects out of play again. So it's now a Venom man advantage. 40 seconds for Hudson Valley to get a power play going. And then maybe we'll get some 5-on-5 time. By the time this power play ends for Hudson Valley, we will be under 5 minutes left in regulation. As Lias gets set to draw with Charlton. Charlton won it back. Gaeta goes over to the far side half wall. And now Craig at the top, at the point, gets it back from just so. Noreka curls on the far side wall, trying to get around Lias. And now Charlton out high to Craig, straight away top point. Charlton couldn't handle the pass cleanly. Now he has it. Drops for just so. Dangles through the left wing circle. Just so. Outside shot off a stick. He was looking for Gaeta, who was right in front. Prowlers can't clear, but the puck does clear the glass once again. And it goes out of play. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Tucker Scantleberry that was being served by Gavin Fleck. And here's what happened. Scantleberry and Newberg got matching roughing minors, and Scantleberry's trip, which was the original penalty, was the reason that it is a 5-on-4 for Hudson Valley right now. Ryan Parsons to Federley. Tried to pop it out to the middle of the ice. It's stolen away. Sewardson, save made by Sokolov as Sewardson came right across the crease. Penalty expired for the Prowlers, and now Federley on the right wing side. Centered towards Graham. That didn't work. Now Lockney tried to feed Graham. Craig able to block it away. And it comes to Parsons at right point. He gets it back deep. Bounces all the way over to the left wing side. And now out with it is Parker. Into offensive territory. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Kick saved by Sokolov. And they blow it dead as a Venom player crashed into Sokolov along with a Prowler. We'll clean this up and let you know what's going on when we come back for the final minutes of the third here on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rearview mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune into our next broadcast tomorrow, Saturday, October 26th, when the Prowlers visit the Binghamton Black Bears. Puck drop is scheduled for 7 p.m. and the pregame show starts at 6:50, 6:45 right here on the PHP Network, and hopefully we'll have video for you for that one. Here's Chartrand with a shot, and it's stopped by Moriarty off his head as Chartrand entered offensive territory on the left wing side, and Moriarty with the save. It keeps it 3-3 with 4:15 left in regulation. Offensive zone draw coming for the Prowlers to Moriarty's right. And Jonas Elias will take the face-off against Josh Newberg. Tied up, Newberg able to get it back to Asp. And Rasmus Asp reversed behind his own net. Houlihan steps in to keep it alive. On the left wing half wall, Chartrand in the near side corner, popped it out towards Elias. Elias still working, centering. Chartrand takes the shot, he just missed it wide. Right from the bottom of the circle, Daniel Chartrand with a good opportunity. Couldn't find the target. Chartrand whipped it right through the slot, comes off the near side wall, bounced out to center. Chartrand now right at middle of the ice. Graham back in, he shoots. Kick saved by Moriarty. And Newberg backhands it out. Under 3.5 to play in regulation. Johnson, quick up, but he couldn't find his intended target or any target for that matter. So it is an icing call against the Port Huron Prowlers. And the faceoff will come all the way back to Prowler territory. Daniel Chartrand stuck out there for an extended shift here. Matt Graham and Austin Federley relatively fresh off the bench. Faceoff will be to Sokolov's right. Faceoff one back by Port Huron. Alex Johnson in the near side corner. Up to Matt Graham. Has Federley up the right wing side. Gets it to him. Federley puts the shoulder down. Puck ends up in the corner. Federley wrestled there by de Blasio. Rimmed up the far side and worked out by the Venom. Chipped along by Jessot. He and Johnson look to come back together. Jessot all the way around the net. Left wing side. Gives off to Noreka. Noreka works his way to the top of the circle. Gives it over to the far side. Long range shot blocked by either Matt Graham or Alex Johnson. And Graham lofts it as far as the line, just out as it was gloved down by Noreka. But he just could not keep that puck alive. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off. Just outside of Prowler territory over here on the near side. As Elias gets set to draw against Sewardson. Face-off into Prowler territory. It's Thelstrom playing it in the near side corner. He ends up behind his own net. And now Ludwig Thelstrom trying to escape some pressure. Lost the handle. And then Jonas Elias right there to help him put out the fires. Bilov came and almost picked his pocket. Brockway taken into the wall. Thelstrom had his stick lifted. Shevers in there as well. Puck ends up on the far side corner. In front, Shevers, he scores! Quinn Shevers with just over 2 to play in the third as the puck popped out of the corner to the front all by himself. A turnaround shot from the doorstep puts Hudson Valley in front by 1. The battle was behind the net. The face-off came all the way, or the puck, pardon me, went all the way to the far side corner, and Shevers was all by himself in front. Danila Bilov will get the assist. He got it in front to him, and Shevers unloaded, perfect shot up high. And the Venom, quite possibly 2 minutes away from their first win in franchise history since moving from Elmira. Referees are conferring over at the scorer's table. Isaiah Paris has been asked to leave. I'm not sure what led to that. Quinn Shevers asked to leave as well. So Shevers scores what will currently go down as the game-winning goal. And then he gets a trip to the locker room for an early shower. It's 4-3 Venom with 2:03 left in the third period. Well, they're calling the penalties now. Well, both Shevers and Paris got 10-minute misconducts. So their nights are over. Prowlers hoping that they can extend this game into overtime and at least pick up a point. So an unsportsmanlike conduct against Paris, and then Shevers getting derogatory language, taunts, or slurs. 10-minute misconduct. Puck back at center ice. Sokolov looking towards the bench. Houlihan works in on the right wing side. And Houlihan tried to center it, but couldn't do so. Puck ends up on the left wing. Fleck couldn't push it back towards Johnson at the line. And now Gaeta with a step behind the defense. Turnaround passes. He's dumped by Lockhart. Couldn't connect with Jasso. Now Johnson, quick up. Houlihan tried to touch it to Fleck. And the Venom moved back out. Gaeta over the Prowler line is shot right into Sokolov, who hangs on for a whistle and a face-off with 1:19 left in regulation. Stick around for the post-game show here on the PHP Network. We'll look at the game stats, take a look around the league, all kinds of stuff going on here, and we'll have it for you next on the PHP Network. Just as soon as this game is over. And off this face-off, Prowler's able to launch it out. Puck rolling into Venom territory. Sokolov still in his goal crease. Fellstrom from right point. His shot staved by Moriarty. And he'll gather it in for a whistle and a face-off. Prowlers call their timeout. They'll try and draw up a play that will get them tied in this hockey game. 4-3 our score right now. Venom got the first goal from Danila Belov after he was able to dance his way in, little spin move, and get right in tight on Makar Sokolov. Made it 1-0 in the first. A couple minutes later, though, Austin Federley, a power play goal, seeing eye wrister through traffic, tied things up through 20 minutes. Davide Gaeta untied the score for Hudson Valley in the second with a rebound on the power play. And then a little while later in the second period, they're giving it to Rasmus Asp right now. That next goal for Hudson Valley that made it 3-1. That was another rebound in tight opportunity for the Venom. But the Prowlers battled back. Alex Johnson with a rip from the point in the second period made it 3-2. Lucas Lockney tied things up early on in the third with his first in the Fed, but Quinn Shevers with 2:03 on the clock has the 4-3 goal. Prowlers with the net empty and 6 skaters on the ice to try and tie this game. Off the face-off, it comes to the corner, far side corner. Newberg trying to launch it out. Johnson keeps it in. Johnson down the right wing wall. Chartrand behind the net as we hit the final minute of the third period. Graham whips it in front. Couldn't find anyone on the other side. Newberg chops it off the backboards. Graham, centering feed. It barrels around and comes out to Federley at the point. Rister was blocked by Charlton. Pops in front to Graham, and it's stopped by Moriarty. Federley walks the blue line. Over to Lockhart. Back to Federley. Lockhart in left wing circle. All the way across looking for Johnson with 24. They blow it dead as the net came off. It looks like behind John Moriarty through that play. So we'll have a face-off. 22.5 seconds up on the clock. Tucker Scantleberry coming in to relieve Daniel Chartrand. And now the Venom have called their timeout. Give their killers a rest. As the Prowlers have Federley, Lockhart, Johnson, Scantleberry, Graham, and Lockney out there right now, trying to tie this hockey game and salvage the first game of this 2-game weekend in New York. They have to stare down the Binghamton Black Bears coming up tomorrow evening in Binghamton. Of course, we'll have that one for you here on the PHP Network. And again, hopefully we can figure out the logistics as far as the technical things go, and we'll be able to have the video for you. But 4-3 our score right now as the Prowlers trailing the Venom. First game that the Prowlers are seeing the Venom this season. They'll face each other 4 times. There'll be 2 more games here in Newburgh and one more at McMorran Place. The face-off to Moriarty's left out of the timeout. And we will have 22.5 seconds again up on the clock. See if the Prowlers can find the tying goal. tied up there on the face-off. They blow it dead. A second ran off, and they'll try it again. They'll tell them to put a second back up on the clock, it looks like. 6-on-5 attack for Port Huron. As they'll hold it for a second off this face-off drop. This time it's clean. Graham gets it back to Federley. Graham at the face-off dot. Down low, Scantleberry back towards Graham. Brett Parker came in to break it up. He sends it all the way down, and it will die short of the icing line. Federley back with 10. Has to get it up quick. Gets it to Lockney with 5. Over the blue line is Lockhart, and his blast at the horn doesn't go, and the Hudson Valley Venom have won their first ever game as the Hudson Valley Venom. Your final tonight, 4-3 from Ice Time Sports Complex in Newburgh. And when we come back, and they announce the 3 stars of the game, Alex Johnson is named the 3rd star. Johnson with his 200th point as a Prowler, goal and 2 assists. The 2nd star of the game is John Moriarty, as he made 28 saves on 31 Prowler shots. And the 1st star of the game tonight is Davide Gaeta, a goal and 2 assists, 3 points for him tonight. We'll be right back for the post-game show. Wrap this one up right here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should have just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com. Welcome back here to Newburgh, New York. Prowlers fall to the Hudson Valley Venom by a final score of 4-3. Time to wrap things up here on the post-game show on the PHP Network. We'll take you back through this one. First ever game between the Prowlers and the Hudson Valley Venom. Of course, the Venom, the relocated Elmira River Sharks. First period, Danila Belov able to get into the Prowler's zone, one-on-one against the Prowler defender, and he puts a little spin move on. Backhander from the low slot on the rush. Makes it 1-0. A couple minutes later, Austin Federley on the power play, little seeing eye wrister through traffic, caught the top corner. That tied things up at 1 apiece. That's how it stayed through the rest of that period. Move into the second. And shot on net by Dustin Jesso. Makar Sokolov thought he handled it. He did not. And Davide Gaeta able to find the puck in the crease and put it home to make it 2-1 Hudson Valley. A couple minutes later, a similar play, Gaeta this time, throws it on net, and Blake Sewardson was the one who put it home at the end in the mad scramble in the crease. And made it 3-1 Hudson Valley early on in period 2. Just past the midway point of the frame, though, Alex Johnson with a wrister right off the face-off, catches the top shelf, beats John Moriarty, and that gave the Prowlers some life. Back within 1. Early third period. Johnson threw a puck on net. It was knocked down, and Lucas Lockney found the rebound and put it home, his first as a Prowler. Things were tied up just under 5 minutes into period 3. It stayed that way through a couple of power plays in that third period for both sides. But then, final minutes, battle in the corner. Puck pops out to the front of the net, and Quinn Shevers standing right there. His first pro goal with 2:03 up on the big board. Made it 4-3. Prowlers unable to find the tying goal. And that is all she wrote on this game as Port Huron falls tonight by a final of 4-3. When we come back, we'll tell you where you should tune in next to as the rest of the FPHL, plenty of games in action, and we will have the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap this thing up for you next.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Will Wiggleman back to Ice Time Sports Complex one final time here on the PHP Network. Prowlers fall 4-3 to the Hudson Valley Venom as we take a look at the final game stats from this one. Shots close, 32-31 for Hudson Valley, both teams with a power play goal, but 4-3 your final as the Venom able to pull it out, and the Prowlers certainly will be heading up to Binghamton very disappointed in this result. A loss to the Venom. Now we take a look around the FPHL, our final out-of-town scoreboard of the evening. Watertown Wolves all over the Motor City Rockers tonight. 5-1 up in Watertown. Trevor Lord and Tate Leeson have 2 goals apiece, ruining Trevor Babin, at least right now, ruining Trevor Babin's season debut with Motor City. They're playing late stages, third period. Danbury and Binghamton coming down to the wire. 2-2 midway through the third as Corey Anderson and Gavin Yates have scored since the last time we talked about this one. All 4 goals in this game have come by way of special teams. Binghamton with 2 power play goals, hat tricks with a power play goal, and a short-handed marker. Dashers holding their own against the Athens Rock Lobsters. It is 1-1 late stages of the second period. Garrett Milan and Yegor Kabateyev have the goals. Milan for Athens, Kabateyev for the Dashers. And now we moving on, the Blue Ridge Bobcats have found the only goal of the game so far, and they are late stages third period against the Carolina Thunderbirds. Joel Frazee, the only one who's found the back of the net so far in that game. Meanwhile, the Zydeco are up 3-0 now on the Mississippi Seawolves. Matthew Gordon, a second period tally to get the third one for Baton Rouge. Once again, another reminder, tune into our next broadcast tomorrow when the Prowlers visit the Binghamton Black Bears. Puck drop scheduled at 7 p.m. and the pregame show starts at 6:45 right here on the PHP Network. But for now, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me through all the technical things going on. And this radio-only broadcast is hopefully just a one-time thing. And we will see you next time on the PHP Network.